I love this event, man. Today's A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan podcast is brought to you by the Arnold Palmer Invitational presented by MasterCard. We have the hookup. We got the hookup for the tickets. We got the White Claw fan deck.
Yeah.
That's where you want to be.
It's March 7th through the 10th, and Daniel's right. If you buy the tickets through our link at tomanddan.com, it's like this is a super sought-after ticket, but we get discounted tickets in the White Claw fan deck just for our listeners.
Yeah, don't ask me how that... we have no idea. Well, our buddy Cavender, he's a good man.
Yeah, he's a BDM internal, and he hooks us up for us.
He's a good man.
So if you want tickets to a really awesome golf tournament, and the White Claw fan deck is the place to watch this golf tournament, it's right there between holes 15 and 16. You get to see all the famous golfers walk right in front of you. Plus, there's food trucks, there's an open bar, White Claw.
It's like a little oasis. We did it last year. I didn't even want to leave. It's a little party area for you and your friends. And again, this is the best of the best. So yes, there is a max ticket per day limit on this because it's such a good deal.
Yeah, they will sell out. And you can buy your tickets Thursday through Sunday. You purchase your tickets each day. The whole show is going to be out there on Thursday doing a little live recording.
I'm so excited.
At the White Claw fan deck. We did it last year. Yeah. It was a great time.
Drinking those big boy White Claws.
Yeah, so if you want to hang out with us that day, you can, or get your tickets any other day. But you have to get your tickets through our link at tomanddan.com. You'll see a little image of the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Once you click on that, you'll see the Tom and Dan logo.
Look for the umbrella and you're a happy fella. That's what I say.
And plus, when you get your tickets, you can also wander around the entire grounds of the tournament.
Awesome. If you've never been to a PGA event or something as big as this, you just go and check it out.
And some of the biggest golf stars in the world are going to be here. Yeah. So again, get your tickets at the White Claw fan deck at tomanddan.com for the Arnold Palmer Invitational presented by MasterCard March 7th through 10th.
Live from the Injured on the Go Just Call Mo studio.
It's a blast!
It's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Hello. This is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Welcome to the Friday free show of A Mediocre Time.
Hey, it is another A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan and Sam and Ross. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
I'm Sam.
Not Sam.
It's me, Ross.
Hey, it's Ross.
How's everybody doing?
We're doing great. You're throwing me off because you ran to the bathroom right when I started the music. Then when you popped your head around the corner, you were carrying the tiniest little Arizona iced tea. I have never seen
even water.
Is that a baby?
That's not even water.
It's like a 10-ouncer.
Close enough.
I thought Arizona iced teas were always in the big jumbo, the 99-cent jumbo.
How do they even know what to charge for that thing?
So, a couple things. Our cruise is coming up in September. Tom and Dan Cruise 2024.com.
Sorry, guys. These guys that fucking get to work.
God damn, we're
talking about my iced tea, you motherfucker. I'm getting to work. Cruise.
Talk to Tony, get the unlimited tiny tea package.
Unlimited tiny teas. Delivered to 4 a day, though.
You do.
It is 4 a day.
you do get unlimited tea. Unlimited everything. Unlimited all drinks.
Tiny beverages.
Dude, if I'm up there in fucking the first class and they bring me a big can of Arizona, I'm throwing a fucking fit.
So you also get unlimited Wi-Fi. The
tiny Wi-Fi.
Inside cabins start around $1,000.
Yeah. Sir, the big tea is just as good. It saves me a trip back with the next tea. It'll be warm.
I mean, I do have
Give me my tiny tea.
do have a whole bit about this because Sam and I do like smaller sodas because I don't drink. I mean,
the
like
little 7.5 ounces.
Yeah, they're just
perfect.
better. But I do want to make sure we get to work. So
I got a 12-ounce energy drink right
Don't You've
come on,
already
I'm on
cut
scene.
off his ad for
I know he's mad.
too long.
No,
No,
he's gonna kill me.
no.
He's gonna-
All
we
right,
do
get
need
back to work.
We need to get people on the cruise.
Yeah, we got a good group going, but there's not. I mean, basically, it's got to be paid off by
But we
June.
want more.
more.
It's kind of like, I think it was like Jay-Z who said it best at the Grammys. He's like, look, she has the most Grammys of anybody,
Right.
and she hasn't won Album of the Year, so by her own math, it doesn't add up.
Make
Well,
it make sense.
yeah.
You know, because I constantly tell myself, I'm like, oh, we've said it enough. Everybody knows. But then
No, we haven't.
Someone
We're-
commented.
Yeah,
No,
someone's
you
like,
are
I
right.
wish you brought the cruises back. I'm like, what the hell?
It's my fault.
No, and then I tagged the cruise
Yeah,
for this year.
It's my fault.
And
I
then
interrupt too
I
much.
looked every day to see if that guy booked it, and he still hasn't booked it. And then I'm like, well, why'd you even post that?
It's my fault. I interrupt too much. We're not good promoters. The
No.
guy we used to work with, great promoter. Us, not good promoter. We're not. We're
No,
just
that
not.
guy is the same guy that misses you on the radio and thinks you should do a show now. Like, that's the same guy.
Still,
He
I'm not
doesn't-
good at promoting the things that we're doing, though. Like, I'm really not good at it because I'd rather just make fun of it.
no.
Which does not sell cruises, by the way.
So, Tom and Dan Cruise 2024.com.
Full size sodas. Full size drinks. Full size drinks.
Also, if you're looking for something to do Valentine's Day, Alestone's putting on a Valentine's Day mixer with couples, singles, anybody who wants to mingle.
Oh, a couples mixer, huh?
Get fucked.
Hold
No,
on.
that's not. They didn't say that.
No.
I said that. I said that.
They got Valentine's Day
Playing Marco Polo, huh?
flights. They got charcuterie boards.
Hey, come here. Short coochies.
Oh yeah, that's a what is that? The show the NFL
Hard Knocks.
Hard Knocks. I don't know. Anyway,
I bought a
okay,
charcuterie in a couple
No,
of
no.
gift shop.
so speaking of the NFL, Daniel texts me and Sam in our business group text,
Yeah.
which I normally don't respond to.
I knew this would get you, though. I knew this would get you. I was like, I wasn't gonna, because I didn't even post this. My wife posted it. I did not post this.
Yeah, no, I know. Well, you sent us the picture.
I
though.
did.
Yeah,
I did.
Yeah.
But I also was a little like on the fence about like, because
publicly posting.
yeah,
it
I really was. And I had a discussion in my house. But yeah, it's like, so what I shared with you, like, I knew it would get you, though. I knew it would.
So Daniel put the picture, and of course, like I can't see anything. So I noticed. I saw Maisie standing next to a woman.
Yeah.
And then I was
That
like,
was
"What is
not
this?"
Andrea, and it's not Andrea.
Yeah. And tall,
Yeah,
right?
tall.
And then so I zoomed in, and I'm like, "What? Oh my god, Mama Kelce!"
Yeah.
Have you seen this, Ross?
I guess not.
Yeah. So Donna Kelce,
Oh, I didn't even- I don't even
Travis
think
and
I
Jason
loaded
Kelce's
this.
mom.
Hold on.
Who right now?
Fucking idiot. I didn't even load this into our system. I'll have to show it from my phone.
But going into the Super Bowl weekend, you would say one of the most, or if not the most famous
Yeah.
mom.
That's American
currently
royalty right there.
in America. Donna Kelce.
That's like meeting the Queen. It's kind of like meeting the Queen of England for American Smash Mouth football. And there's my daughter standing.
Yeah.
They were out there chatting in front of her dance studio.
So we've talked about how she lives in Baldwin
Yeah.
for a while, and then I thought she just had a house here. Like, you have a bunch of houses, your rich sons. Or whatever,
I thought it was an investment property.
Yeah,
100%.
Your Carrot Top or your Shaquille O'Neal situation.
Yeah. Well, Shaquille O'Neal has said that he's obsessed with buying businesses and things that he thinks will make him money. So you'll go to a city, any city, and they'll be like, yeah, that car wash is owned by Shaq.
Yeah.
Just a random.
Yeah.
Because
But he
he's
never goes there.
He
He's
used to
just-
own the 24-hour fitness
Yep.
by me, and I famously took a hot tub with him one time. Because he would just swing by, yeah.
He owns
Were
weird.
you in the hot tub with
You
Shaq?
don't remember that, dude?
This was like I think before I was on with you guys,
It was.
and I had real bad insomnia at the time, so I would just end up at 24-hour fitness at like 1, 2 in the morning, like randomly all the time. And I walked in at like midnight one day, and like I forget if I worked out first or if I just went right. Yeah, I worked out a little bit. I would do like a bunch of elliptical or whatever to try to wear myself out so I could sleep. And I was like, I'm gonna hit the hot tub on the way out, and as my friend Matt happened to be there too, because he's all night cabbie and he would hang out there, get a shower once in a while, and he was coming in and he goes, hey, Shaquille O'Neal's in the hot tub. I was like, haha, very funny, hilarious. And I walked out and fucking Shaquille O'Neal was in the hot tub.
At 1 in the morning at a 24-hour fitness?
It was his 24-hour fitness. He was part owner. And
Hey, you get in here with me or get the fuck out.
yeah, this is how
You
this is
have
how
a
long
hot tub at your mansion, right? You have multiple hot tubs.
Maybe he wanted to check out his investment.
He is a man of the people.
He is.
he really is. And this
He
is
is.
He is more more likely to be seen
The only
in the
reason
stands
he's
than
a
VIP.
goddamn
for sure.
DJ and rapper is because he likes to go to shows and perform.
He enjoys it.
He likes getting in the crowds.
He
at
says he
Bonnaroo
likes being
and-
around humans. He
Yeah.
enjoys human beings.
He's a people person.
He really is.
Why?
And this is how long ago it was. So I get in, I'm like, Shaq, what the fuck is going on? He's like, hey man, what's up? And it was me and two other guys, and I was like, so you're on Twitter, let's talk about Twitter. And Shaq was like, yeah. And then the other two guys would be like, hey, basketball question. He'd be like, yeah. And he would engage them about basketball. And then like I'd be like, so like when you posted that thing on Twitter, and he'd be like, yeah. And the other guys would be like, basketball, and they would talk about basketball. And I was like, I'm full nerd. Full nerd. But like, I'm going to say like, to be fair to me, 7-8 questions and I got it. And then I just sat there and listened to them talk about basketball.
Yeah. Well, you've always had great self-awareness. I mean, self-awareness
I don't know,
is
7-8
important.
questions.
No,
Been a little shorter.
you can stretch it with Shaq. I feel like you can stretch it with Shaq.
And this was
amount of questions per size of human.
This was real early Twitter, so it was before like even Twitter was like something they mentioned on TV all the time.
Yeah.
It was real early Twitter.
But do you guys understand? This is the exact reason why I don't understand that he goes to the 24-hour fitness hot tub. Like, does he want to get hassled?
He doesn't want to talk to the Rosses. He wants to talk to the guys
to the other two guys about
basketball.
basketball. Yeah, exactly.
He's like, I hope someone's going to talk to me all day about
I don't think he
basketball.
says it. That's just a thought. I think it's just a thought. I don't think he says it.
Or
on the
Does
drive
he
over.
want that?
At that point in the night, it pretty much is just people who can't fucking sleep. So he probably just had a sleepless night. And he's like, well, I'm just gonna go check out the hot tub at 24-hour fitness. Maybe he was like hooping for. Maybe he just went and like hooped for 2 or 3 hours because they had a full size
He could
basketball
have
court
been
and shit
cheating on
too.
his wife at the time. We don't know.
Well,
And then he's just like, I'm gonna cool out in the hot tub for a little bit and hopefully not get harassed by some nerd.
You know where else he has a full-size basketball court? His own house.
Yeah.
Right. With the hot tub is next
No,
door.
but he's
He could have been
notoriously.
clubbing downtown.
I don't want to say cheap, but he's notoriously a value man because my wife is reminding me in the chat room that she sold him his mattresses from IKEA. He went out and got him himself and put him on the top of his Escalade. She helped him, and Andrea helped Shaq buy his baby mattresses.
What is she going to help Shaq?
And they loaded Shaq. They loaded the mattresses into his
Help me put
Denali
these
or
mattresses
whatever.
I got a better Shaq story.
Hey, Andrea. And then
You do?
Well, from the chat, Jackal says Shaq left an eaten chicken drumstick bone in the toilet at the recording studio where I worked.
you win. You win, Jackal.
Why do you throw it in the toilet?
Because he's
She
Shaq.
was done eating it. He was going to flush it. I guess.
Put it in the bathroom
He's
trash
a large gentleman. We can't ignore the fact that maybe he passed that.
Yeah, that could have been natural.
Swallowed it whole.
Could have been all natural.
He pooped out a full
Could happen.
chicken wing.
It could happen.
Drumstick, how dare you?
It could
He's a
happen.
big guy.
Yeah, he's a large,
He's large.
man.
Also, Magic Man built his snake cage.
Man, other people, how much evidence do you need?
Call in with
How
your
much
Shaq
evidence do you need?
stories.
Seriously, you say you don't understand it. This goes back to like the
Why
new video
did that happen?
The new video that Melissa made is you two having a moment where you don't understand what the hell is going on.
That one I saw. That's
Is this
good.
enough evidence?
By the
for
way,
you?
this is making me look badly.
poorly. Is this?
Melissa,
I didn't
what are
make
you
the
trying
video.
to do?
No, I mean,
I don't. Is it the jeans making you look fat, or are you fat inside the jeans? You know, like,
God damn you, Ross. Anyway,
yes, Donna Kelce,
okay, Donna Kelce. So,
who is basically my daughter's new best friend.
yeah, so when Daniel sent me
We
this
gotta
photo,
connect.
okay,
Yeah.
so I
cut to Taylor Swift singing at Maisie's birthday party.
Yes.
I'm not joking. Well, you know, it's funny, like the Taylor Swift, because I don't know if Donna Kelce really, just from based on her interviews, likes the whole Taylor Swift thing.
I don't get that vibe either.
Yeah, like, because
we're on the same page. here.
She's made
She
like
holds,
She wants the light to be shown on her boys.
on her boys.
not on
Yeah,
the
that's a
girls.
crystal move.
yeah,
It's a little close to the vest for my taste, right?
Yeah.
It's very close to the vest.
And if you're like an old school mom, Taylor's not popping out any grandkids anytime soon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
100%.
True.
So anyway, when I saw this picture and then I realized she does live here, and
it's real.
And then Maisie, I saw Maisie standing next to her, and she she was cool enough to take a picture with
She
Maisie.
was very nice.
So then my wheels started turning, and I thought of a plan.
Okay, I love a
and
good
then-
plan.
and I need help.
And
with
I
it.
like using my daughter as an operative.
Yes,
okay,
okay,
great.
this is
I've
all
been
part of it.
trying to use my daughter for this. She already is. She has the tendencies to be a great operative.
Yes, and
She's amazing at this. She took a picture with. She's got Bijan and Donna Kelce. That's pretty damn good, I'd say. And she's good about asking. And she's cute.
When Tom said my wheels started turning, did anybody else see a dusty one wheel in the garage just like spit the life by itself?
Version 1.
Yeah. Shout out to Mo. If you want to sell that, he's still in the market.
So
I think Root probably has a garage full of them.
because it dawned on me, I was like, Donna
It dawned on me.
Yeah, it dawned
Come
on
on,
you.
it was right there.
Yeah.
Mama Kelce, what is she's always wanted, right? A daughter, right? Because
How do
she's,
you know that?
Well, because she has 2 boys. I don't
That
know.
doesn't mean she wanted a daughter.
Well, it's something the mom
I've heard
wants.
Crystal say it before.
Yeah,
I've heard
That-
Crystal.
but she's not Donna Kelce.
I know.
You
I'm
guys
just-
are making a lot of assumptions
Yeah, we
about
are.
Donna
We
Kelce.
definitely are.
But-
We're assuming.
But
I like how you said that like everybody was going to assume that was the answer. What did she always wanted? I'm like, did she say something in an interview that I was
Sam,
unaware of?
all
No,
you-
no, she
all
had
you
2
need to understand
boys.
is that when he says everybody, he means me.
No, but
Do you know there's 100% not a sister in the mix too? Like, for
yes,
sure? Okay.
she only had. She's
From the chat, she does have 3 granddaughters.
That doesn't
Not the same.
not the same.
Not the same.
She's always wanted a daughter, right? And then because the granddaughter is fine, but the grandma relationship different from daughter relationship. Anyway,
Now go ahead and make the case that some random stranger will be even better.
well, you know where I'm going. So this is what we do.
Come on down the road, Ross. It's fine down here.
So Ross will have to hide in the bushes.
Yeah. We need an enforcer on set.
I got news for you. I was already there, so it was,
And
You don't have to. He's got his
just
bush
have
hat
to
on.
be
I'm wearing my ghillie
Yeah,
suit.
he has his ghillie suit on right now.
Yep.
Hey, listen, if I know one thing about old ladies, they like to walk. All right,
Can I tell you
Wait
something?
a minute, that's what I like
Okay.
to do.
Do you want some of the behind the scenes? Do you want a behind the scenes from Maisie?
Yeah.
This is from Maisie's voice. This is from her, said to me in private. Hopefully this doesn't ruin your plan. But Maisie said she smells like a grandma.
Yeah, she is a grandma.
Yeah, but she said she smells like a grandma.
Yeah.
100%.
White
So
diamonds?
she uses
Yeah.
Jergens lotion.
Yeah, something very grandma-ish.
Yeah. And so then we find out her walking schedule, right? And then
I know it.
And then
Because my wife has been stalking her, I think.
so then we'll get Maisie, and then we'll wait till Mama Kelce is about to turn the corner. Then we'll run over. We'll put Maisie on the ground, put her bicycle next to her. We'll have to scrape her knee though, but
it's
she's
fine.
down. She's tough, right?
Yeah, well, she's got
Yeah.
some scars already.
I brought my zester. It's fine.
We zest her knee up, and then she lays there, and then we'll tell Maisie like just
Maisie's
pretend-
already out because she's never going to go along with a story that makes her look weak enough to fall off her bike.
no.
Well, she was startled by a pit bull or something.
But
We'll work an
That's not
angle.
bad because she doesn't like losing and to appear weak. She called a boy at school this week. She's like, he's weak. And I'm like, God damn.
Damn.
She did say that. There's this kid named Jeremiah that punches her in the stomach, and I guess she hit him back or something. And she's like, I was like, what's wrong with, like, why are you guys fighting or whatever? I was like, are you going to be all right? Do you need to tell the teacher? She's like, no, he's bigger and weak.
But we'll give her an
Ah,
opportunity to be tough with it or something. Like, we'll give her a line like, I don't need a Band-Aid, something like that.
It doesn't take much to beat.
Adversity,
You're
but
right.
she's
You're
overcoming it.
And I'll remind her about the money that we could make, and that comes later.
She does love money.
Yeah, no, she loves money.
She's 100% a businesswoman.
We'll cut her in.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
We'll call it an acting gig.
so then she's laying there.
You
and
would
then,
get her if you did. You're such a good. You're an advanced dad. When
yeah.
I see you say things,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, I'll be there one day. I'll be there.
So then, and this all goes into some elaborate orchestrated plan, like Saltburn to.
This guy's obsessed with Saltburn.
Sam knows the plan.
seen
I haven't seen it. Can it be like the Thomas Crown Affair?
It's weird. It's bizarre. You're gonna hate me if I watch it. But you orchestrate a plan so that you make best friends through all these instances that you know will lead to that friendship.
Yes.
For instance, Maisie will be wearing, and this will be subliminal, but she'll be wearing like a half green, half red shirt.
Yo, okay.
And you know,
Yeah.
you'd be like, I like this. You're like Donna Kelce's not even gonna realize.
Yeah, it's subliminal.
So then she befriends Maisie,
Okay.
right? And then Maisie, like after school, between dance, will go over Donna Kelce's house, and then she'll be hanging out, milking
have a
cookies,
snack, watching wrestling or Batman or something.
And then she'll throw like little things in, like my dad is drinks a lot.
Yeah.
So
Oh
she
my
feels
God.
bad.
Yeah.
It's all part of the plan.
Dad are talking to each other right
Yeah.
now because Daddy got mad and drove away in the middle of the night.
Yeah, and that's part of Saltburn is
Yeah.
making make the person the grift
you
feel
gotta
bad
draw them
for
into
you.
your web.
Yes,
Of course,
exactly.
yeah.
You got to pull them into your web.
So
Master manipulation.
then
Does she get to do gymnastics gymnastics through a laser grid at any point during this?
Oh, then she's totally in.
So then we'll have Maisie just listen in on her phone calls, and she's inevitably
Goddamn.
going to be talking. No, she'll be eating cookies or whatever, but then she'll hear like Donna Kelce in the kitchen
What do you
talking.
think? She's still got a landline? Or picks it up in the bathroom? Or?
No, she's talking to her sons.
Oh, okay.
Like I imagine.
So now Maisie is such best friends. She's at her house and she's been
After school.
had cookies made for her by
After
Donna
school,
Kelce.
it's after school care.
Yes,
Okay.
because
Oh, I thought we brought in a hacker at some point.
That's what I thought. That is
No.
exactly what I
No,
thought.
no,
and I was
Maisie's
like,
the-
you can't even get into your own bank account. We're not listening
no.
to
well, this is
someone.
why I have you guys.
Yeah.
I'm
And
the idea man.
And don't you dare bring up StubHub or he'll
Oh
kill
my
you.
God! This morning I was like,
He'll
"What is
kill you.
happening?"
Don't bring it up.
I tried to help him, and he's like,
Nope.
"No."
Don't talk about
No.
StubHub. We literally gave StubHub access to our bank account, and then we closed out our account.
So then Maisie hears Donna Kelce like is talking to her son like, "What? They're only using you as a decoy in the Super Bowl." And
gambling again.
and then I'm hammering the under,
Yeah.
and then I get all the accounts, and then I get you guys have the accounts.
yeah.
We're hammering the under. She's hearing
On the
inside
inside,
information.
yeah.
Like and then the others, Jason Kelce, you're like, "Oh, so you're not going to retire one more year?" And then we're hammering the over.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Inside information is the most valuable information in sports,
Okay.
and it's not like the stocks or whatever. You're not going to go to jail like Martha Stewart.
Tom's the goof of Wall Street.
I'm saying you could
They're not
still.
going to put an 8-year-old in jail for asking a grandma questions.
No, she's just
They're
hearing
not.
it and
Yeah, yeah.
reporting back to
No,
she
her.
but
could
don't
even
get
ask.
Tom for this.
She could even talk. I feel like she could even talk to her and be like,
Like,
you know,
is
my
your-
favorite center is Jason Kelce. I sure hope he plays forever. You know, she
Yes.
can lead.
Yeah.
She can lead the witness.
And then Donna Kelce should be like, "Oh yeah, you know what? Hey, don't tell you one more year."
one more year.
Then she comes and tells
Yeah,
how
yeah.
hammering the over. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
we
And
could
she'd
be
say it
rich.
cocky too. She'd be like, "Oh yeah, he's definitely in for one more year." The old bitch told me. Yeah, like I
Honestly, I was wondering where you're going with it, but sports gambling based on information from a grandma and a little girl might be your best idea ever.
Oh, thank you.
Or a
Threw my sandals again.
or a 1970s Don Knotts movie, like you know the Apple Dumpling Gang.
with an animated fish in the background. Yeah.
This could work. I'm
This
serious.
is so Don Knotts.
Yeah.
nerd.
The chat does make a very good point. You have 2 days to pull this off.
The Super Bowl.
He's got plenty of
Yeah,
time.
these not, like wait, it'll mostly be for next year. We got to build
Okay.
it up. I mean, if she could get in there for the Super Bowl, that'd be optimal. But she probably
So
already.
this will be okay.
This is kind of
she's
like
probably already flying to Vegas.
No, did you know I in preparation, because I knew you wanted to talk about this, I was reading about her this morning, and the rumor is, and I don't know if you can bet on this or not, but the rumor is that she will not be in a suite, that she will be in the stands.
Yeah, because of the cost. And
Yep.
that's a whole nother story, which also is, I'm mad at the amount of false stories that don't even matter, that are not even true.
Well, they're all, you were talking about this morning,
It's just
they're all
garbage.
AI generated, dude. They're not even real.
Yeah, because I have 15 different stories from 15 bullshit news agencies or whatever the hell they are on my Facebook feed
Right.
about Christian McCaffrey's girlfriend buying Christian McCaffrey's mom tickets because
it's
they
all
couldn't
about
afford
moms
it.
in the suites this year.
Yeah, but then you read, and then it's like, no, that's not true. It's one comment to some reporter at one time, and there's like, that's not happening. But it's it's the whole story.
'Cause I heard the story that like the most expensive ticket is this like $2.5 million suite you can buy.
Yeah.
And then the reporting was like, oh, obviously Taylor Swift's going to buy that one. But if you're Taylor Swift, you can buy that suite to the Super Bowl any year for the rest of your life and never run out of money. This might be your only chance to go and sit in that girlfriend of the guy's seat. You know, like they have the wife and girlfriend seats available.
Yeah.
You can never buy that. This
Right.
might be your one time. So go do that experience. Why not?
Yeah. And it's like also.
That's actually a really good, I like that point. Yeah.
I guess the tickets to the Super Bowl are the most expensive they've ever been. The cheapest tickets, $10,000 a seat, and nosebleed, and they say it's because of Vegas and the location and
Yeah, well, there's so much to do around there.
and
they're
the
saying
hype
that-
of Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Well,
and
the parties, they said this year there's a lot of celebrities they're all out of parking for planes for anybody because so many different celebrities are
Including
flying
Taylor.
in, including Taylor, are flying in, and then like a lot of them aren't even going to the game, but there's so many other parties that are going on around in
Sure.
conjunction to them performances that you might as well just come and make it a weekend. I mean,
Yeah, they should really just do it in Vegas every year. Like, why not just make it in Vegas? Like,
I always thought
who
if it
cares?
was, I mean, I don't know, like I do think it would be cool if you had a neutral site I'm surprised that they haven't done this yet. Okay, follow
like
me
a
with-
Burning Man situation. It's only active once a year
Yeah,
for the
like,
Super Bowl.
well, it's active the rest of the year as a mecca for football people to
Yeah.
come and see.
Sure, like almost like a Hall of Fame.
Thank you,
or
yeah.
something.
or if like Ringling Brothers wants to put on a show or something, it could be booked for events or something.
Yeah, because it's going to be mega huge. But I would like it better if they knew, and then they could build it out and make it super special.
yeah.
I mean, moving it every
The
year.
American Coliseum.
What does it even do? It doesn't.
But
you know,
Vegas has the perfect infrastructure
They do.
around for every
built
visitor.
for entertainment.
Yeah.
We're actually really good here. Believe it or not.
I think
but
us and them are
not
the
like
number
Vegas.
one and number two of like
We are.
hotel space available and like capacity to
100%.
bring tourists.
And
Yeah.
pizzerias. I think that's a fun
Oh, yeah.
fact. Is I think between the two of us, there are like 10,000 pizzerias.
Yeah, but
Something ridiculous.
Vegas got a better stadium. Our Camping World
Doesn't cut it.
shitty.
It does
comparatively.
not. No, it's shitty. You can say that.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
does not cut
No,
it.
it's
Like everybody's talked about that.
We Band-Aided it.
That stadium in Vegas is phenomenal and like state of the art and ridiculous.
looks
So, you know what? I was thinking middle of the country, Dan, but let's have Disney build the American Coliseum, like right down there on, 20 acres of swamp they got sitting there. Let's tear down that fucking vacant water park that everybody's always sneaking into and taking Instagram.
River Country?
Yeah, and let's put American Coliseum right there.
It's so weird that they haven't done anything with
I
River
know.
Country.
It
It's
is
like,
bizarre.
It's like this land is
Yeah.
super valuable.
Sought after.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
That
just-
was my favorite water park of all time.
Oh, it's great.
And it was really the only one that my dad liked because it was like more natural. You
Yeah,
could-
let's just use the lake water.
Yeah,
Oh, what a
my
great
dad
idea.
loved it. Like he was like, "This is the
genius.
way it's supposed to
Yeah.
be." God damn it, no
You might-
chlorine.
Maybe there's a water moccasin in that slide. Maybe not. Let's find out.
Yeah, I mean,
if you built a resort tomorrow, it'd be filled 100% capacity. Like what?
River Country. If you renovated it right now, people
Well,
would go bananas.
No, just put a new one.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I think the plan is to put like a hotel resort there.
yeah, but
long
I'm
enough timeline.
Dragging
why
their
not?
feet.
Yeah, why drag?
Well,
Well,
because they have,
they have so many other things they're dealing with right now.
and they have so much land, they can just like clear land and put it in, as opposed
Yeah,
to
yeah.
tear down an old
Concrete
rusty water
over,
park
yeah.
and then clear the land.
Nia Del Rio is mentioning that River Country had a drop-off slide. I remember
It was
that
fun.
slide. Yeah, you would go off.
What?
And then
Yeah.
it would just, you'd slide and then you just
They
fall
basically
in.
That
also
sounds
had like
awesome.
zip line
Yeah.
into the water.
But and it was great. I still have like active memories of going there, and I love when you came in and you first came around the bend to look at it. It looked like an oasis jungle. It was badass, man.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
really, really cool.
But the water is doo-doo brown.
Oh,
yeah, that's
well,
what
it's like swimming in the St. John's.
Yeah.
Or, not the St. John's runs. They were using like pond water, just straight up
Yeah.
lake water.
yeah.
Stagnant.
I loved it though. Oh god, I loved it so. It was so fun. I had a little bear from River Country that I called Huggy Bear.
Dude, if you
And
still had that, you could get some
He had a
money.
little yellow shirt on, and it had blue writing, and it said River Country. Somebody's got to have one of those
Yeah,
River
for
Country
sure.
teddy bears.
You should dress up as that for Halloween this year.
Yeah, I have the same body style as Huggy
Just need
Bear.
a blue or with a shirt. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have one major gripe about the Super Bowl, and then
Okay.
we'll be done with it.
I served under
Oh,
a major
good,
grape
because
in the
someone
Army.
did yell at us today to be funny and do a gripe.
Here's your gripe, sir. I'm doing it for him, seriously, because he said, I want a gripe. Oh, I was like, I'll think of one. And it's the Roman numerals in the Super Bowl.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you read the reason why they do that? Do you want to know who to blame? I just read an article on this.
Yeah,
Lamar Hunt, owner of the Chiefs and creator of the Lamar Hunt soccer thing. It's his fault.
So
He made the suggestion. I'll look it up.
now it worked 1 through 10, but now that we're at 58,
You got to admit, Super Bowl 30 was cool.
Yeah,
That was cool.
Yeah.
That's fine. But now at Super Bowl
Yeah.
58,
In the L's.
no one can understand
Yeah.
what Roman. We don't use Roman numerals normally in society.
Speak for yourself.
So
I write all my checks in Roman numerals. The cashiers hate it.
the Super Bowl 58 is LV and 3 1s after
3 eyes, Tom.
Whatever
They don't
Yeah,
start.
LV and 3-1.
Yeah, they're not numbers. They're
Whatever. No one knows what that is.
53.
If you showed someone this, I like. What do you think the percentage of Americans would, if you showed them the LV and 3 eyes and said, "What does this represent?" How many people do you think would guess 58?
Not a
Because
lot.
I'm less than
Do
1%.
they even still teach it?
No, they don't teach cursive anymore. Like
Right.
like Roman numerals
Yeah.
are dead.
It was Lamar Hunt's idea. According to the NFL, the Roman numerals were adopted to clarify any confusion that may occur because of the NFL championship game. The Super Bowl is played in the year following a chronologically recorded season.
Yeah, but you could just say 58. Like, guess what?
Well-
they used to wear leather helmets that
No,
we
I get
don't
it.
anymore. Why are they holding
Yeah,
on
but
to
you
it?
know they do love a lot of history.
It doesn't eliminate any of the confusion, though, of the championship game being held in the year after the season was in. That still is confusing.
Confusing, I was
gonna
That
say,
doesn't eliminate any of that.
Right.
It just introduces more confusion by using an archaic numbering system. You fucking idiot.
Yeah, Ross is with me. It's just
Yeah.
when you say Super
Yeah.
Bowl.
Maybe
and-
they just made that up because people were like,
Just-
why are we doing this? And then they needed a reason to say it. So they're like, it's to help with a lack of confusion.
But the
Because that's
NFL
the only thing they say. And they do blame it on Lamar Hunt.
But the NFL is great at changing things. Like, they do change things all the time. Remember when the Chiefs and the Bills, that overtime rule, and the Chiefs
Yeah,
won the game, and then they
the next
changed
year they changed
They
it.
changed
Yeah.
it the next year. And, like, they know how to change things.
I remember they had
Why?
like some racist team names, and like 100 years later, they changed. They changed a couple of them.
Well, those
they
are-
changed a few.
But
of
those
them,
are so good. They're beloved. They're beloved.
Yes.
Yeah. They,
You know?
they can change.
Yeah.
And it's like, why the hell are you still using Roman numerals? No one understands.
I think it's because they think it looks fancier.
I think so, too. It does look fancier.
But it
You
looks-
can't argue that, dude.
It does
You can't
look
argue. It
fancy.
does look
Well,
fancier.
there you go.
Thank you.
That's the
Thank you.
answer.
Yeah, but what
He
what do
doesn't
they
like
care about
simple answers,
fancy?
though, and he doesn't like things that look fancy. You know that.
But it's confusing to all your
To dumb
face.
people,
Hey, if you
yeah.
want to be fancy, you're going to
Yeah.
be confusing.
I usually,
What the fuck?
every year when the Super Bowl rolls around, how I know what Super Bowl it is I listen to them say it, and then I
Yes.
go, that's the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
I never read it.
Yeah.
I never try to look at I'm giving you an honest answer, and I don't think I'm dumb.
How
I
about a compromise? We keep the fancy numerals, but underneath in parentheses we have the Arabic numerals, which you're familiar with.
Oh, okay.
Just like it says, 58, and underneath 58.
Yeah, you have to put the 58
Spell it
somewhere.
out or numbers. If you spelled it out, then there wouldn't be the confusion.
You know
because
what?
What they
Fuck
are,
it. That and Braille. All of it. All of it.
do all of
Yep.
Why does it even need a number? Why can't it just be this year's Super Bowl?
Little sign language hands.
Why does it
underneath
have to be
the
Super
whole
Bowl
deal.
whatever? It's
Yeah,
the
it should be-
2023
yeah,
Super
put
Bowl.
the year of.
Well, that's another confusing thing.
Just
Yes,
like it's the Super Bowl.
2023 season,
Yes.
but it's happening in 2024,
Yeah.
which has always been confusing to
But
everybody. 'cause-
that happens with the school year, too, and they just say the 2023-2024
It's-
school year.
yes.
And then the next one's the 2024-2025,
Right.
unless you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, but I don't like splitting it that way. I don't like splitting 23 and 24 in the middle of each year. I like a full 23 and a full 24 because I'm a traditionalist.
Well, then have your goddamn season end in the year. You know
Well,
what I
they are
mean?
talking about making it. I mean, pretty soon we're just
man.
going to get, for basketball, baseball, and soccer and football, we're only going to get like maybe 5 games. That's what it's looking like. Everybody's bitching about length of everything, and eventually, maybe 100 years from now, it'll be like the season started, 5 games, we're done.
A
No
game a week
preseason.
and you're done.
Yeah.
we need advertising revenue though, so I think they're going to add. Oh, they're only going to add more NFL games. I think.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, the international ones for sure.
All right, here's my proposal. Disney builds the American Coliseum. Every sports season ends. We pick a team. They all meet in the Coliseum. Battle Royale. The NFL team versus the NBA team versus the NHL team versus the MLS team. Every ladies lacrosse. They're all in there. Battle Royale. Last man standing wins the fucking American Cup.
I would like to see a bunch of NFL players trying to play hockey. I feel like hockey has the advantage over everybody because
Yeah.
if you can't skate, you have no chance.
Yeah.
It's a very, very specific set of skills.
That's an interesting
right?
idea. What would be like? You know how MMA started with like, let's put a sumo guy against a karate guy, like,
Yeah.
and like see who.
The first
what would
ones are
be-
great because
they're
it's like
so
wolf
fucking good.
versus frog, and
It's
we're
the
like, we
best.
know.
It's so good. But like, what would be the ultimate sport? If we wanted to like pit football against soccer against basketball, like what would be the ultimate sport that where they could meet in the middle and compete?
The
The MMA of sports.
Volleyball.
Every other sports loses at hockey because the skating.
No, everybody can
But-
play volleyball, and that's how you settle it. It's everybody on everybody's sports has to play gay ass volleyball to see. No, I love volleyball, but that's what you would do. You would do volleyball
Well,
because
the
it's
the
fun.
soccer players will be better at volleyball.
What about
Basketball
water
players
polo?
are crushing volleyball.
Water
dude.
polo kind of evens the board on everybody,
You
right?
don't
Because
think-
you're in a pool,
Yeah, you're right.
you got to swim.
Ooh.
You know, yeah. I mean,
And
that's
it's still,
Not
it's still
everybody
ball
can
handling
swim.
for it. There you go.
Oh, football players all. Basketball players can stand. That's why I didn't say that because they can stand. That's why I said that. I thought this out. I stay up at night. Who would drown? I'm like, football players, definitely. Basketball players would stand. Soccer players, they would drown too. Except for the South American ones swim real good.
Where are you from,
Don't do sound
Barbados?
effects.
I know, I can't do sound effects.
We'll talk about that on the BDM show.
We have to talk. I got a lot of trouble. I think it was me. If you're not a BDM, sign up because you get to hear how we made an enemy of Capitol Records. Did I say that?
Yeah.
Big
It is a funny.
enemy.
Well,
It's not funny, dude. It's
Yeah,
not
it is
funny
funny.
to be called
It
at
doesn't
your
ma-
house in the middle of you're eating pizza with your wife and
Well,
trying to.
Are they friends with Manscaped or something?
they are now.
We're making a lot of enemies this year.
Hold on.
there's a year of enemies.
Oh, it's the year of the enemy.
Yeah. No, what
That's
did
how-
Cat Williams say? This is the year where everything in the dark will come to the light.
And Monique's out there
Yes.
shining the light now, too.
And they're making money from.
Yeah.
Maybe we should do
Well,
that.
that's Councilman Cat.
Let's start
and
telling
I'm-
all the secrets.
We
I'm
know some
Baldwin
secrets.
Monique.
Oh, I know some secrets.
Yeah. But should we just start telling the secrets?
Yeah.
But we need
Oh.
to have some sort of, maybe we just tell the secrets on the BDM show
Yeah.
because we need
Well,
to
they're going to have to pay more for some of these secrets because some of these secrets can get us in jail.
$1.95 a month.
Yes, EJ Capitol Record Company, the record company. Capitol Records.
It's just it's a really funny story.
Sign up to be a BDM.
About what?
Only because you brought him up. EJ at trivia 2 weeks ago didn't know where the fucking Super Bowl was. He lost his 2 points for that.
Oh, he's a football man.
I know. That's why it was egregious. Fuck
I'm glad you brought that up. Thank you for bringing that up.
Region.
Well,
Wow.
like people
That's
think
disappointing.
EJ knows a lot about sports. He does not.
Nothing.
He knows about Pokemon. He does know about that. He knows about Marvel Universe. He's more nerd than Jock at this point. So that's a wrap.
Wow.
I mean, I kind of feel like he's
It's
always
like you're
been
talking
that.
about RoboCop. He's more machine than man.
I mean, you don't even know what the Super Bowl is.
more nerd than John.
All right, let's take a break.
Yes, sir.
When we come back, Ross will do something. I know that you put up a vote. I don't know yet.
Yeah, we didn't know because he did a
Russell did
vote, right?
something.
There was an overwhelming pick too. We'll talk about
Yeah.
it.
Okay. The name of the band is Straight Jacket, spelled Strate. Sorry.
Okay.
I was spelling it with. Never mind. I don't know where my brain was
It's
going
like
there.
an English spelling. Yeah.
Yeah, Straight Jacket, the name of the band. The name of the song is Bad Start. This is like just straight ahead fun rock and roll. We'll be back with more A Mediocre Time momentarily. 1-844-TOMNDAN. Show at townmandan.com for emails.
I'm on the cold side of my bed, counting yesterday's regrets.
I got to go to Hollowbox German restaurant. I just got to do it. I need a handcrafted German cuisine.
Yeah.
I need schnitzel. I need some schnitzel, and more than anything, like I haven't been drinking, but I dream about places that I want to have that first new beer because it'll happen.
yeah.
And sitting in like the Bavarian goodness that is Hollowbox German restaurant.
At
and
their beer garden.
At the beer garden,
Yeah,
and just drinking a Megastein of beer,
Yeah.
and then looking at Andrea and going, "I've overdone it." Like it's a dream come true.
It's nice and cool outside. You sit on their rooftop beer garden.
Yeah.
They got tapas style German cuisine up
Yeah,
there.
you can go get like little bites upstairs. Also, you could get like desserts and like after dinner drinks, digestifs, some little cocktails up there.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful place. Great date night. Great place for the family. They got the best damn kids dinner you'd ever have. I mean, they know the things that kids like, and they're like, look, if all else fails, we have goldfish and gummy bears and music.
Yeah.
So your kid will
grilled
be
cheese.
fine. Yeah,
and
there's
yeah.
entertainment. Like even the dumbest of kids will sit there and be like, "This is the greatest thing in the world."
My sons are super picky.
That's
but
not what I meant. They're great. They're smart kids.
But they
They're
love
smart.
Hollowbox because me and Crystal can have delicious German cuisine.
best.
Adult German cuisine with delicious
How crazy
beers
do you want to
and
make
desserts.
it? You can make it Shotskis and the Steins if you want to do that, or you can just bring your family and just mellow out and enjoy the night.
And the kids can have some grilled cheese, some goldfish and gummy bears, and they love it. And then German music is playing, and you get some German dessert.
That's why I kind of
ask for a Tom Vann pen.
That's why I kind of hate calling it a restaurant. There used to be restaurants back in the day, like the Pirate House in Savannah, Georgia, where it was an experience.
It's
you
more
were
of a-
going
it's
there and you're
experience.
getting like the pirates and the food. This is not a restaurant.
Yeah.
You go in there and everybody's dressed up, and it's like better than Epcot. Just go. go.
Yeah, Magnolia Square Market as well if you want some German grocery. And, also the Outfitters.
If you want to look the part, you can buy yourself a hat before you walk in there.
Yeah, the Joint in the West End if you want some Wagyu sliders, delicious wings. The Joint has awesome food. We're getting catering from the Joint for Porch Fest this year again.
Shout out to Chef Pat, too. If you do go, ask for him.
Yep, get the pin.
He loves to meet you guys, and he'll hook you up.
Yep, it's Hollabox German Restaurant in Sanford.
Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom.
Tom, on everybody's behalf, I'm just going to apologize for interrupting you talking about gambling to do the show. Really sorry.
No.
Really sorry.
I was just telling you guys, I was like, that really happens where there are people that are inside NFL organizations, they get paid, it's definitely frowned
to do
upon.
the show, Tom. To do the show.
Sorry. Anyway.
Dan, the music? Who's the music by? I interrupted you. I'm sorry.
Oh, no,
I don't want to shortchange
You're
the band.
totally fine. That was JJ Gray and Mofro, which, man, those guys would pass through town all the time. That is brand new music from those guys.
Pass through town like a bone through Shaq.
We're going to be doing a Leap Day Sapo tournament at Hourglass.
Dude, I love Leap Day shit.
on February 29th. We're going to start the tournament around 6. It's free. We're giving out prizes to first, second, third. So come have some beers with us.
Did we decide?
Hourglass.
Are we doing? Well, I mean, we'll get to it. Yeah, we got a bunch of other stuff and a few other little surprises we're going to bring out there. And the guys from Hourglass are pretty pumped because I don't think they knew of Sapo. So,
No.
it's fun to explain it to people that have never played it before because it is. I'm not kidding when I can't even explain how fun it is. It's so fun.
It's like home game Ninja Stars. It's fun.
Yeah, it is like home game Ninja Stars. Very much. Yeah.
I pulled it out in my garage and took a bunch of...
Hey, Drake. I finally saw the video, by the way.
Oh, yeah. How was
Holy
it?
smoke. It was
Waggling it
good.
crazy.
It was good, but it wasn't fully extended. Like, it was...
No, it was
he only
limp.
had it a little hard.
That's what I said. It looked weird because
Yeah.
it was like, dude, either when you're gonna do that, go full hard.
Maybe
What
he
was he
can't.
doing?
Maybe his dick
He
is
was
too
laying
big.
on a bed and on his back and waggling it.
Yeah,
but it
he
was,
was
but
doing
it was
what you
droopy.
do.
It was like the inflatable man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a
Oh, so
wacky,
wacky.
inflatable, flailing arm
Yeah.
tube man.
Like that thing you could do with a pencil.
Yeah, I can do
Yes.
that. I can do that.
It was all bendy.
Look, I'll do it. Here's the
It
Drake.
was a rubber dick.
You ready for the Drake?
Okay.
Look at that.
That's what he was doing.
Who was
Drinking the
filming
shit
it?
out
Look
of
at that. I'm
I
drinking
don't
it good.
know. I don't know who he sent it
He
to
was
either.
waggling it, and then I saw it this morning, and I go, oh, like when I saw it, and it's like this soft. It's like that soft.
Okay, that's pretty big.
Yeah.
That's
And it was
not a
doing-
tiny tea.
it
That's
was-
a full-size can.
Yeah, and it was, exactly. It was doing that thing, like she says, like a flailing tube man
Yeah.
where it extends like this. It goes... You know what I mean? Like, so it wasn't like... It wasn't
Wasn't
taut.
at full mass.
It was not taut.
How long ago was the video taken?
Like a week?
I couldn't answer that.
Okay, so it was current. Like he was already famous.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. This is like Drake as a kid. I wouldn't be watching that.
Well,
Yeah, it wasn't him and Degrassi.
Yeah. It was a 12-year-old Drake.
He was in a fake
It was
wheelchair.
recent, yeah.
Oh, okay, that plays into why. Like, I'm curious to how'd you let yourself get filmed like that?
No, I think he wanted it.
I think he leaked it.
Yeah, I think he leaked it himself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I do think
All
that.
So
I
what
think he has
makes
a-
you leak that?
Because
He's got a giant dick.
got Megan Thee Stallion talking shit about him in the #1 hit song right now, so he's distracting that by, hey, look how big my dick is.
Yeah, and I think he also...
I like that.
And I think...
Yeah, it's great
Tom's
PR.
favorite artist is Drake. I come over and Monday, motherfucker's got cornrows. You're like dressed like him. You know?
Now that won't work for everybody.
No, it will not. No, it will not.
Like, for instance, if someone starts insulting me on the internet, I will not be doing that.
And I'm not
You're not going to
filming
give
it.
us the waggle?
I'm not filming it like last time.
No. It's because it won't distract it. It will make it worse.
Yeah, it would distract attention, but it would not in a good way.
Anyway, all right. So Ross, what poll did you put up?
Yeah, just in the BDM group. When Sam hit me up earlier this week, I thought it'd be fun to see what the BDMs wanted to hear out of a Friday free show. So I put up to see if they wanted news,
Okay.
explosion of the week, or confrontation of the week. And let's see, news, which is, by the way, how I started with you guys. I would, print out news stories for you, Dan, and
Yeah.
you got tired of reading them, and You were like, why don't you just read them, Ross? And I can't get Facebook's being picky right now. News. I'll just express it by fractions. It looks like about 1% of y'all voted for news.
I don't like the news.
Oh, yeah, that's not surprising.
About as many of you voted for news as did for Seth Petrozelli. He put himself up as an option. So like, news and Seth Petrozelli about equal.
Always has to stir himself in there. I like that, yeah.
Just
busy?
I think so. You think he's got to run in a gym or whatever.
I'll send him a text message about how cute his baby is, and he will reply in 1.5 seconds. He is doing nothing. He is sitting next to that baby.
But he owns multiple businesses.
No, he's got people to handle that. He's just sitting next to that. He's got the cutest baby I've ever seen, and I think he just sits next to the baby. That's all he does.
And so yeah, there's just comparison right there, and then explosion of the week. It looks like about 10-15%.
Okay.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Yeah, I know. I got some good
That's my
explosions.
favorite
too,
bit.
dude. I got some good explosions. That one with the bridge in Denmark, it's fucking amazing.
Yeah, man.
Overwhelmingly, the rest, however, what the math works out to, confrontation of the week.
All right. So yeah, they like you.
Are we doing that? Is that what I'm playing?
I can only do confrontation of the week when I have one in the bag. So let me check the confrontation bag. Oh, it's pretty full. It's pretty full of confrontation.
Oh, man.
Play the song.
All right. Hey, let's do it. I love this song.
What do you mean? You need to see ID.
It hits better, right?
No, I won't get my wife. You deal with me. Rosses, 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 Rosses. Confrontation of the week.
Ross's Confrontation of the Week brought to you by Tots with Ross, the Orlando talk show with Ross McCoy.
Yeah. Carmen Vallone?
Yeah, we did one with Valona. It was really good,
Yeah,
too. We
good.
talk a bunch of open mic stuff and story. That one time a comic got attacked at an open mic out in West Colonial. It was really fun.
Really?
This is West Colonial. We're in a bowling alley, and the room we're in has pool tables, which usually you don't play during an open mic because it's the worst thing to happen. And one of the comics was talking about these people playing pool, and a lady, long story short, charged him with a pool cue. And Big Tim and I think Charlie Bowie had to pull this lady off of the stage. 'Cause if you go to my Facebook, I'm Facebook/L Ross. That's me, and I had a picture of it. And coincidentally, the day after I talked to Carmen, we recorded that popped up in my Facebook memories. This picture of the comic Aaron Cobb half collapsed on stage, having just been beaten by a lady with a pool cue.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
I've been beaten by a lady with a pool cue.
Now, it seems like just in movies that happens, but you're telling me it happens in real life where someone takes a pool cue.
That was open mic night. That same venue on a Saturday night show. I hosted 2 weeks in a row for some reason, and both weeks I went into the bathroom to pee before the show. And 2 weeks in a row, mind you, the trash can was full of bloody toilet paper. Really,
That was me.
really bloody. A lot of toilet paper. Not just
In the bathroom?
another bad Friday.
either some guy working, some fry cook had real bad nosebleeds, or
I was
two
gonna say
people,
nosebleed, maybe.
two people got the
Coke.
shit beat out of them consecutive Saturdays or whatever.
Coke nosebleed.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I think 2 Saturdays after that, somebody got shot in the parking lot. It was a wild.
I've never done Coke, and I think the 2024.
All
I
right,
think this is
okay.
Oh, double the chirping.
Cocaine. Yeah. Oh,
you're
you
tripping
know what?
crazy.
I won't do that then.
All right, so you guys get to pick. I get assaulted at Costco.
Again?
Is it Jeffrey?
That motherfucker.
And this would be one of those things.
I heard a crunch, you motherfucker.
If you asked Mo, was that an assault? He'd be like, yeah.
Right,
It's not a
okay.
great assault. I'm not
You'd have been proud of me. I yelled at two guys on the Katy Way Trail real bad.
I'm so proud.
bad that I blacked out.
I'm so proud of
Yeah, I
you,
was
man.
so angry I
Oh,
blacked out.
that's
You
the
can hear
best.
that on an ACT.
That's the best.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
Or I kidnapped a dog.
All right.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. You kidnapped a dog?
You dog napped?
Briefly. Just real quick. This is a brief
Can we
kidnap.
get
A dog nap.
both?
Yeah, there's probably time.
Yeah. I want to hear the dog kidnapping.
Me too.
So,
Me too.
One of my neighbors died.
All right.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
And no, it's been a long time coming. The house has been empty for years because she's been in a home, and they didn't want to do anything until she died. So they're kind of she passed. The kids who are all in their 60s and 70s, and the grandkids who are all in their 40s and 50s are like cleaning out. Dude, it's like some of the sheds are like Al Capone's vault, dude. They just keep bringing shit out. It's amazing.
All right.
But one of them's from out of town, and he brought his dog with him, and he's from like a real country part of the country, and so his dog's just running around, super fucking friendly. Like, there's the friendliest dog, like literally just grinning at you the whole time. Amazing dog, great dog. Comes over in the yard a couple times.
Beautiful dog. It had to be said. It was the perfect
dog.
Beautiful dog.
One of
the only thing I can say is strong.
Dogs. You guys know my dog. My dog's an asshole. Doesn't like mix well with other dogs generally, but he's getting along with this dog. It's fine. So like that dog's coming over once in a while, running around. We'll see him. The guy will holler, "Hey, get back here, buddy!" You know, like and so I'm in the house. I hear my wife yelling, "Get out of here!" And a dog has just like we had the back door open because it's a nice day, and I'm going out to the pergola to do bench or something, you know. So we got the back door open. A dog has just run into our house, and I thought it was the dog next door. So I go to shoo it out. This is a completely different dog.
All right.
I don't know this dog, and I'm like, "Yeah, get out of here, asshole! What the hell's going on?" And so we chase this dog into the backyard, and we're like, "Where the fuck did you come? No collar, no tags, nothing." And my neighbor with the other dog goes, "Oh yeah, look, you see over here, like 3 houses down on the back side of us. The fence is down, and these people have been putting their dog out." And he's like, "Yeah, it's been coming over and play with our dog, and it just finally made its way over to you." I was like, "Okay, all right." So I slap one of my dog's leashes on it.
Okay.
Walk it up around the block to the house indicated, and there's a dude outside, like fucking. He's like fucking around with his work truck. He's cleaning it out or whatever. And I go, "Hey!" And I scare the shit out of him. Like, I mean, horror nights.
Don't do that, man.
Like, even maybe a little bit methy. Who knows? But like, I frightened him. Like, I just jumped out in a ghillie suit and fucking like just saying, "Hey!" in the street.
Was he holding Smirnoff Ice?
No, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna say it. He was an electrician. He was cleaning out his electrician's truck, and those guys are always carrying a bunch of drugs in those trucks. In my experience, in my experience, one whole cabinet
Allegedly.
of those electricians with like a bunch of cabinets in their trucks. 100% of the time have a whole cabinet devoted to drugs.
All electricians are drug addicts. That's what I think.
I don't even know if they're
head right.
addicted to them or using them. They just have a whole cabinet of different drugs. In my experience, that's my experience. But anyway, like once he settled down and changed his pants or whatever, I was like, "Is this your dog?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, well, what happened?" I was like, "It was just running around loose, got through to our yard, just brought it back around, no big deal." He's like, "Oh, okay, cool."
You want some drugs?
Few hours later, it happens again. Dog's in my backyard, fucking running around. So I'm like, okay. And I go throw the leash on it and walk it back up around. And this time, nobody's outside this time. I knock on the door. Lady and like 2 kids answer. I'm like, "Is this your dog?" They're like, "Oh my God, what happened?" I was like, "Well, yeah, you gotta get a fence panel down or something." I got through the back. "Oh yeah, she's been doing that. I was like, "Okay, yeah, well, here she is," and give them their dog back.
Dad's in the back counting his drugs in his work truck.
I don't know. 45 minutes, an hour later, the fucking dog is back again. So I put the leash on and I walk it back around the block and I'm like, "Hey, here's your dog." And the lady's like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, we'll keep an eye on her." I was like, "Yeah, keep an eye on your dog. Because this is the 3rd time today, and like this is just me."
Oh, it's bubbling. This is what I like to call a low medium simmer. This is after you've already gone medium high, you've already put some grill marks on it, and you just got to bring that thing down and let the flavors melt.
I feel like the old Ross would have been yelling by now.
I agree. I think you've made some
calm
strides.
down a little bit.
Is it the haircut? Is it the extreme weight loss and muscle gain? Like what happened? Did you feel it at all? Was it activated at all?
You know what? We'll get it. Maybe in the next confrontation we'll get into that because the next confrontation is more like adrenaline raising.
Are you changing?
And my blood pressure did not rise at all during the next confrontation.
Yeah.
Which
you don't even feel like right now you're even like this is even like this was fine.
This is probably the most my heart's pounded like recounting of it. But anyway, like I just did this lady. I'm like, "Hey, listen, yeah, it's the 3rd time today. For me, my neighbors also saw your dog, and like they have fence access to them, so they just kind of like push the dog back through the hole. It's not a big deal. I got to walk up around the block and come around. You understand? Like, there's no fence to fence access. I'm walking your dog fucking 3 times today. I don't walk my dog that much. Keep an eye on your dog, please.
Yeah.
And they're like, they're very sorry.
Also,
very sorry,
for
very
this,
sorry.
I mean, not to throw this in there, but this is how 2 of my dogs have died.
Yeah.
And it is my fault. The fence was down, but it is nice people that return the dog that are letting you know that the more this dog runs around, the more it could be unsafe.
Because you're right, Dan. I'm catching this dog before it gets to the street, much less the next street, which
my
is
dog
like
Sam. They got hit right outside of Brandywine, our subdivision, because he got out of our fence.
Yeah, I'm basically saving this dog's life.
You're a hero.
Right. You're right.
3 times.
3 times today.
Yeah.
So it's like 45 minutes an hour later, I guess they got some kind of schedule where like they got to put the dog out to like eat or fuck or smoke whatever or whatever. They're on it. I could almost set my clock by the dog escaping at this point, you know. So the dog is in my backyard again, and at this point, I'm going to get the leash, and I'm like, you know what?
I'm going to kill this dog. Is
No.
that what you thought?
Well, it was Dark
Did you
Lord
think it,
sacrifice
though?
night,
Yeah, did you
and like,
think it?
yeah.
Because there's a part of me that would be like, this motherfucker.
This is this cute little bulldog,
Oh,
Dan, like
little
maybe like
baby.
3 years old.
No, I can't
like
kill a dog. You
still
know I
got
love
like
dogs, man.
It's like felt. Did you have the when we were kids? Remember Skeletor had like a panther,
Yes.
and they made a toy of it that was like felt. This dog had the same fur.
It was
and it was like
Cringer, right?
No, Cringer was He-Man's. Battle Cat was Cringer's alter ego, and then Skeletor rode.
Yeah, whatever.
That's gonna
But
drive me
I know
crazy.
what you mean.
So this is the cutest little dog. So I'm like, I'm going to get the leash, and I'm like, no, you know what? What am I going to do? Walk this dog over there for the fourth fucking time today? I was like, I'm teaching these people a lesson, and it's like, it's not dark yet. It's starting to get dark, and so like I was like, come here, little buddy, and I bring the dog inside. And I was like, and introduced her to Shadow, my dog, and they're getting along
And
fine.
you branded its uterus.
branded
You got to brand its uterus.
I branded it with the McCoy L.
yeah,
And,
you're mine now.
gave her a little treat and settled her in on the couch, and I played some fucking Fortnite for like 2 hours. I played
Yes.
Fortnite for like 2 hours until it was well dark. It was like,
This is diabolical. I love it. Yeah, I love this. This is the stuff that where Ross and I meet in the middle. We shake hands, and I'm like, I like your cut of your jib, buddy. I like the cut of your jib.
Yeah. You're teaching them a lesson, which is a little odd. I will say.
Yeah.
listen, they, as far as I'm concerned, they owe me like $85 in dog walking fees at this point, like in the scale. So yeah, in Fortnite, by the way, Fortnite has never been better than right now. It's like you got the Battle Royale, they got like a Guitar Hero game, they got a racing game, they got Legos fucking
The
brick
Lego
game.
one, Maisie and I started playing the Lego one. It's fun.
Dude, and then Disney was like so impressed with that shit. They're like 10% stake for $1 billion. Epic. And so Disney's whole new, have you not seen this?
No.
Disney's new thing is like they're building Disneyland online, and it's all based around Fortnite. It's fucking crazy. And they just tapped Trevor Noah to do like a Fortnite stand-up thing. Guess who's one of the 4 comics selected? Preacher fucking Lawson.
Really?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
really?
A guy who one time punched me in the stomach in an alehouse parking lot is doing stand-up. Is doing stand-up in
This is the
Fortnite.
best confrontation we've ever had because Happy Ross melts down, and I love it. There's so much happening right now, and I'm here for all of it.
Why did Preacher Lawson punch you in the stomach?
One time after open mic at the Why Not Lounge in Altamont, we all went to like steak and ale or whatever down the street at the mall, and we were just sitting around a table talking, and I was like, I could take a punch from you. He's like, the fuck you could. And I was like, let's go, dude. And me and him and his brother Justin walked out to the parking lot, and Preacher, and he gave me like probably 60%.
Right.
Probably gave me 60%, and I was like, see, I took it. Just some comic shit. So anyway, like it gets dark, and I'm like, all right, time for you to go home, little buddy. Sleepover's over. And I was hoping to see like Tear Street Kids. That was like going to be my
Oh
fucking.
my God. You're sick, man.
Yeah, man. This is the best one. I put this on the list. This is amazing.
But it was probably after bedtime. I probably waited like a hair too long. It was probably after bedtime because they were like grade school kids. So roll up to the door with the dog, and Methy Dad opens, and he's like, "Oh my God, she's back!" And I'm like, "Hey,
And it's
listen,
you again.
I don't know if he even recognized
I
me,
was
to
going
be
to say
honest
he
with you.
probably did.
I don't even know if he recognized me. He didn't even ask me like how I found his fucking house. So like, yeah, he was definitely into the wagon.
Maybe
at
this
a
guy
certain
was
point
just
at
a
this point.
Tom-like human, right?
Or
like
let's-
you wouldn't ask,
Maybe like he was
right?
so
You'd be
upset.
like, "Oh, thank you so much," and shut the door.
No, I'd be embarrassed after the 4th time someone brought the
After
dog
the
back.
4th?
Yeah, it wouldn't happen.
Up to 3, it was fine. But the 4th time.
2 or 3.
Maybe he was so distraught he had to chemically abstract himself or something. We'll give him a
Okay,
little bit of
all right.
credit. But I was like, hey, listen, she was just out running in the middle of the street in the dark. I don't know what you're doing with this dog.
Whoa! You started giving him the dress down.
But your dog can't just be out at night running around in the street. That's a recipe for disaster, sir. And he's like, I'm so sorry. Like, he not literally quavery, not like, and he's, I'm so sorry, it won't happen again. We're going to fix the fence. Like, he just went into this whole spiel of excuses. And like, I don't know. I
you were
haven't
a
checked to see
cop.
if they fixed the fence or not. Maybe they just like, honestly, they could have just gone to like Costco and gotten a like screw in.
This guy was high on meth. He thought you were a cop, and he was
Yeah.
freaking out.
The dog hasn't been around since. This is my point.
Oh, he
So-
killed it. Killed the dog.
Bad at life people.
Or he sold it.
often say they're going to do something.
That's what I'm saying. And I had kind of made up my mind if I saw the dog again, it was going to be my dog. Like I'm just
it's
like,
that cute.
Yeah,
It's a cute
it was
dog.
a cute little dog, and like
Yeah.
they don't fucking care. And like, who knows if they'd even recognize it again at this point?
And if you're like me, you can look at the dog's face and tell whether or not it likes Fortnite.
They could be
Like, I can tell that.
intentionally letting it out for someone to keep it.
That is a thing.
That is
You're,
a
you're just
thing.
not taking the hint.
they seem distraught, and again, kids in the mix. I don't think they would do that to kids.
Yeah. Well, adults
You
are
are
mean.
giving people a lot of credit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sam votes an undoubted yes on this.
Yeah.
So, what's the Costco confrontation?
So it was my wife's birthday last week, and
happy
like
birthday.
we had plans for weeks to go out to dinner and like celebrate with the kids and stuff. And that day, she decided she just wanted to cook at the house, which is fine. That's her prerogative, and so we decided that. So we went to Costco for steaks. That's what she wanted, and so we were going to Costco, and we get to Costco. There's not a fucking spot in the parking lot. The whole every single spot is taken. It's like. I thought we'd missed the church rush. We were like right in the middle of the goddamn church rush for Costco, and like to the point where, you know how you guys have that kind of half horizontal space out front. I saw the vertical version of that, like kind of a half space, and my wife was like, I don't know. I think that's for motorcycles, and man, I just barely squeaked her into there.
Motorcycles don't go to Costco.
That's true.
I'm being serious. I know people are going to email me, but like you go to Costco in an SUV or a van. I'm serious.
You have to take all the shit.
Yeah, you don't go there to buy a
Put it
bucket
in your
of pickles
sidecar.
and put it on your motorcycle.
Yeah.
So you are within your rights,
You
sir.
have 85 rolls of toilet paper or
Strap it on the
top
back.
of your helmet.
Sometimes people just roll up to Costco and want like 2-3 pairs of socks. Packs of socks. I'm serious. That's all they
That's
want.
true. You go there more than I do. I'm just assuming.
Like 1 50-cent hot dog, please.
Oh yeah, just go there for lunch.
So we pick out. My wife picks out some steaks, and like, dude, they had a sale on some prime steaks. I got some prime steaks for me and the
Nice.
kids, and we're like all staked out. And we did amazing at just like getting what we needed, and not like all the other Costco shit that you get while
Yeah,
you're there. Because we had like a list for her dinner, and so we were like, and so for maybe the first time ever, we're like, hey, you know what? Listen, you just self check out. Because normally at Costco, we have a fucking cart of stuff, and like you can't, there's no fucking way you're going through self-checkout with that thing.
Yeah.
And so we go to self-checkout, and
Andrea will do it. God damn it. She'll fill her cart up like you like pushing it to Publix and just go right over to self-checkout. I'm like, oh my God.
I got to talk to her.
I just stand there and I just look at my feet.
Because Costco, like, they're the only, with the fact that they like have a human being checking your receipt and your cart at the end, they're the only store left with that system where it weighs your shit on the way
Yes,
out.
it's the
So
worst.
like, if you just like scan your giant brick of toilet paper, put it back in your cart, the machine just beeps at you until you put it in that goddamn scale. So like a whole cart worth of stuff, you must have to
It's a
stack it
tower,
up like
yeah.
over your head.
Yeah.
I got to talk to her about her system. But so anyway, we were in all the lines. You do Costco?
I've gone with Crystal. Crystal goes, and I've gone with her, and I scream, what is this all for?
I can see that.
Just go to Publix, spend, you're going to
what?
spend $38
That's
more.
a go-to show.
Go to Costco?
Oh, and then go to Costco.
You
would be a
got to
good
bring
one.
me with you because that's my second
All
home.
right,
Yeah.
mark it. That's a really good one because this man could be our guide. What if we
Yeah.
have our Sherpa through Costco?
You know my favorite part of Costco
What
is
if we dress up too?
They
like
got-
you dress like a Sherpa.
they got all the time like a Rolex in the case,
Yes.
and they got a fucking Audemars Piguet in the case. It's like, who rolls up to Costco and buys I don't know, a $50,000
There was a time
watch?
you
Like,
turn a corner and there'd be like a $75,000 ski boat. And you'd be
Yeah,
like,
in the
wow.
front.
You're like, okay.
they now sell gold bullion by the ounce.
Oh, yeah, that's for the
I
crazy
swear to
people.
fucking God.
Yeah. No, but that's for the people that
Yeah,
are
yeah.
like, you need to invest in gold. When the race war happens, you're going to need your gold to buy uranium to power your vehicles. They're they're
Listen,
nuts.
when you're burning your fiat currency, just give me a call. I got a couple silver dimes for you, Dan. All right.
How about a trampoline? We market it by hanging it from the ceiling. All right.
Over the cafeteria area.
It was the all right that made it. You're like, all right.
So the way you know it's bad at Costco is when the line extends back into merchandise.
Yes.
When you're like able to shop from the line,
Yeah.
that's when you know it's bad at Costco. So like we're back into canned goods, like
Ooh.
even in the fucking self checkout.
that's far, man.
It's long
Yeah.
today, but like it's kind of moving. They got a lady on it. Oh, Dan, I wanted to play a game. Remember we used to do Who's the Perfect Person for the Job?
Oh, yeah.
Describe this Costco self-checkout, kind of co-helper worker
It
person.
has changed a little bit, but normally I would go short haircut, dark burgundy, small glasses, chubbier face, Costco. I mean, just to call it like I'm seeing them. It's a woman. They could be they them. I'm not sure. But definitely the burgundy hair. You got the Costco T-shirt tucked in, regular jeans, and then she's also wearing.
I feel like there's got to be some
feelers.
razzle dazzle on
some
them
feelers.
jeans.
There could be some razzles on the jeans, but feelers.
This is, I'm going to say, grandma. Black grandma.
Ooh.
She's got a foot on me.
Okay.
She's tall.
Tall black
She's
grandma?
got a foot and 85 pounds on me. Big,
Was
tall.
it Shaq?
It was Shaquille
Hey, was you in the hot tub?
Was it Shaq in a wig?
Hey, remember when we sat in the hot tub in the
Are
middle?
they doing Big Mama's House 3?
I do weird shit all the time.
I'm dressed up like this to catch pedophiles at Costco.
We're coming back to Shaq because I've been thinking about it the whole time. And
Coming back to Shaq, baby.
I'm more mad now than I've ever been.
At Shaq?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
All right, so Mrs. Shackway, there's 2 registers that she's in charge of. And we're waiting in line. She's calling people over. As the register's clear, she goes, "You, next. Come here." Points at the register. We're next in line. She points at the register. "You, next, register." We walk up. We kind of clear her. And a dude comes from, around the corner from the wrong side of the line and just takes our register. Literally, inches in front of me. I have to stop the cart to not hit him because he comes so quick and abruptly around the corner to the register that I'm clearly the next person in line for, to the point where Mrs. Shaq has called me over and pointed at it, right?
Over here.
And I was like, "Oh, hey, excuse me." He just goes right to scanning. He doesn't even look at me. He just goes
That's
right
right. You
to
grab him by
scanning.
the throat. Right? You just escalate it.
And I'm like, "Sir, there's a line. Hey, I'm sorry, sir." I'm giving him credit. I'm like, "You probably don't understand. You cut line, and there's a bunch of people, sir. Do you mind?" And just not even looking at me. And so I turned to
That's
Mrs.
the new move that they like to do when you're shaming them. And it forces,
No
you to grab
acknowledgement.
it forces you to grab him by the throat.
Yeah, no acknowledgement. He definitely was playing this card for a long time into this process.
I hate the ignoring one.
No acknowledgement. And so
If you have your phone out and we're filming, a lot of people like to do that. They like to do that.
It's not my first instinct, but
Yeah.
it would have been, dude, it would have been fucking viral because this guy.
You know what? If I'm filming you and yelling at you and you pull out your phone and go, "I can do this too, I'm
Yeah.
going to film you," I'm going to grab you by the throat. That's the rule.
And this is what I was talking about earlier. At this point, maybe 5 years ago, I would have been angry at this point. I would have been my brow would have been
This
furrowed,
story
and I
is
would have
making
been
me angry. I've literally triggered you hearing this.
And I might have been, but I noticed, one thing I noticed in the aftermath, dissecting it, I was like, I don't think my BP raised at all.
Nice.
I'm a flatline through this
Nice.
whole situation.
You've been
And
training for this moment. Seriously.
It's like it's the Olympics of
I mean,
what I
you've
do.
gotten healthier. You've been doing the weights. Your mentality's good. You've been not drinking. I'm just saying, you've been waiting for this moment.
I
man.
did have 2 Foster's Low cans the other day, and it was fucking
It was
fantastic.
good, right?
Oh,
And when you
yeah.
step away and you go back, though, when you have one, you're like, "This is amazing." Just
I
don't
can't
Bradley yourself. I threw up in my Tesla bad,
Hilarious.
real bad. And I
Hilarious.
found
Well,
dried chunks on the
At
actual
least the thing
carpet.
cleans itself. You
Yeah.
you got that going for you. So at this point, he's giving me no acknowledgement. I turned to Mrs. Shaq and I'm like, "Ma'am, are you going to let this happen? This guy just cut the line." And he turns to her and goes, "A manager told me to do this."
Oh, that's a good out. Hold on a second. I was mad at that guy, but that is a good thing to say. Pass the buck.
And I go, "Oh, that sounds like BS to me." To her. I'm not even talking to him. We're now doing that thing where we're just
talking
going through
through Shaq.
her. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I go, "That sounds like BS to me." I don't know. If I was you, I'd check into that. I'd get this line. I'd check into that. I was like, I'd get this guy kicked out of line.
FBI
What was your line? Sounds like a scam.
Sounds like fraud to me.
Sounds like fraud to me.
Also, I'm sure she's like, "Sir, I don't want to do this job."
Yeah.
There's gonna 10,000 employees or 10,000 customers just coming through here.
I'm with Ross on this, though. You got to stand up for what's yours.
She won't even look at me. She not even she won't even meet my eye. But again, she's a foot taller than me. She's looking above my head like Big Bird. She's just up there and unassailable.
Now you know how I feel.
And halfway into my spiel to her, she starts going, "Suit, suit, suit." I'm like, "What the fuck?" And then eventually she goes, "Suit over here. We need a suit over here." That's her code word for a manager or something, I
Right.
guess, right?
I thought we need a hazmat suit.
So she's hollering suit for the longest time, and so I'm like, Well, this is getting me nowhere. So I go back to the guy, and I'm like, I go in, like, any line cutter, my main thing is, like, look at all the people. So I go to him, I'm like, sir, you're not just cutting me. All these people in the line. And I kind of come back and gesture.
Yeah, you want to, are you with me?
Yeah, you want to get the line.
Yeah. You need an army.
And there's a lot of fucking people there, and they are, like, upset that this asshole just cut line, and also is, like,
you got to rile them up. You got to get them to riot.
Push him down. Begin stomping.
Stomp his head inappropriately. You'll go to jail for that. That's murder.
So I'm going full Spartacus on the line.
Yeah.
The lady is...
I support all of this, by the way. You've done nothing inappropriate
Is this not why you are here?
Shaq is just screaming the word suit every 10 seconds. Suit. And he finally acknowledges me, and he turns to me and he goes, why don't you shut the fuck up?
Oh, shit. I did not expect that. Let's go to commercial.
Now again,
I feel like, right? I feel like you go to commercial right now. That is not what you say to Ross.
We'll see you
Your
next week,
sons
folks.
are with you, too, right?
No, this is just me and the wife on her birthday.
On her birthday.
We're buying the steaks for her birthday.
By the way, I hope if Ross dies one day, they carry him through Costco on a shield.
Somebody draw that.
Yeah.
We have a lot of artists. Can somebody
It would be
draw
a plastic kayak.
and it'd be propped up by buckets of pickles and mayonnaise.
Put 2 receipts on his eyes.
Yeah.
Well, you're not getting through the door without them.
They're getting rid of those people now.
What?
Yeah, that's breaking news last week.
Oh, wow.
They are getting rid of that. That will not be a thing anymore.
So what is the guy doing right now? Is
I
he
can't believe
still
so.
ignoring?
He
getting to
really,
that.
please tell. He really said, "Why don't you?" Was he
Shut the
yelling
fuck
it,
up.
or was it just a passive aggressive, like, "Hey, why don't you just go fuck yourself," like that?
It was one of those, like, loud enough for me to hear it, and he kind of, like, spat it at me, like, why don't you shut the fuck up? Like,
I do that.
But it wasn't
I'm a
like,
spitter,
I don't even know if Shaq heard it. It was like, it was that, like, intimate of a thing. Like, and the cart
You
is
pull out
between
your
us.
knife.
Again, remember, I had to stop short. He stepped into my cart path to steal the register from me. That's how, like, close of a call it was. So we're, like, the cart away from each other. So he goes, why don't you shut the fuck up? And
Did your wife hear it?
She's mortified, Dan.
Okay.
She's fucking mortified.
Here it goes again.
The fuse is lit, right? She knows the fuse is lit on her birthday. She's literally standing at Jason Bourne about to do what he does, right? He's about to do the flip.
This is Jack
She's
Reacher.
standing behind Shaq.
Yeah, you're ready to react. You've
She's about to yell the quintessential "I can't do this anymore."
on her birthday.
If you've seen the new Reacher, this is Jack Reacher, like, trying to use his words before he starts snapping limbs.
Yeah.
My wife, she's mortified. Like, and when we were talking about it afterwards, she was like, when he turned and said that to you, that was when her fight or flight kind of kicked in, and she started, like, the adrenaline spike happened for her, and she probably started, like, sweating and, like, like
Andrea does this. We're at Carrabba's. They're like, "Sir, we can't find the reservation." Like, and then she's like, "Oh shit!"
So,
Oh, no.
oh shit!
if this is a stage play, my wife could be a statue. Like, we could have her part played by
I like
a
that. I
statue.
freeze too.
Yeah.
Something awkward's happening. I freeze.
She is motionless and not saying anything until well after this is all over. Yeah.
Probably didn't even remember it.
He gives me the, why don't you shut the fuck up? And this is when he's the guy. He's trying to buy 3 packs of socks.
All right.
He's the guy.
Oh my god, foreshadowing earlier on the show. Dude, you're a fucking pro.
Well, that's why he had that answer, right?
Yeah, this guy's a fucking pro.
He's got 3 packs of socks. He goes, why don't you shut the fuck up? He scans his pack of socks, and I notice it pops up $0.0 on the machine, and the machine says card not accepted or something like that. See a manager.
A suit.
So,
And I'm like, sir, your card's not even working. You just cut the whole line, and you're holding all these people up. And I like Spartacus again. And I'm like,
Money shaming in front of everyone.
you cut all these people, and you don't even have the means to pay for these socks that you're trying to purchase, sir? Like, I'm
Ross. Oh my
dude,
god.
I'm going, like, I'm orating at this fucking point. Like, I'm giving it, like, timbre and tone, and like there's a lot of, like, casual sorrows thrown around. Like, I'm just,
Well, I was eating a succulent Chinese dinner. Do you remember that guy? That's what it sounds like. What is your right? Why are you doing this?
meanwhile, his wife is, make me a bird.
I don't know if
She's
people
trying
remember.
to
That's
love
an
him
old
before.
meme. I don't know if people remember that reference, but look up succulent Chinese dinner and you'll know what I mean. Seriously, look it up.
so I'm giving it to him, and he's kind of stuck because he can't pay or do or anything.
All right.
He has cut the line. He's at this machine, and he's powerless. He's impotent to achieve his goal, which is buy these socks and get the fuck out of Costco as quick as possible. He's kind of like hoist on his own petard because like he's put himself in this position, and I'm just like lambasting him while he's on a skewer and I'm fucking basting him, you know, like to the point where like he puts his socks down like so gently. He sets his socks down like an infant on a fucking changing table, and he turns around and he grabs my cart and pushes it into me.
Oh, now we're fighting you.
Shit.
And I turn to Shaq and I go, he is, again, my blood pressure doesn't go up at all. Like, if anything, I'm fucking amused. And I turn to Shaq and I go, well, he just assaulted me. You saw that, right? And I go, sir, that's assault. And he's like, he like goes all harumphy. And I don't know where it would have went from this except for the fact a suit showed up. A suit did come over. And she comes up to Shaq. She's like, what's the problem? And Shaq goes, these two are fighting. There is no, from her, there's no like,
and you're like, come on, Shaq, hold on.
There's no, well, this guy did cut the line, and I indicated that this man should take the register. There's nothing except these two are fighting.
They don't pay Shaq to be a lawyer. They pay Shaq to stand there and make sure you scan your shit.
Yeah,
I kind of feel like they pay Shaq there to maintain the line and make sure everything goes smoothly. That's my opinion. But,
all right, that's an argument.
But to be fair, that is what is happening from the expected perspective of maybe a foot higher than me. These two guys are fighting, and so I don't know what made her make the call. Maybe he had less stuff than me or whatever, but she turns to the fucking asshole and goes, well, come with me, sir. I'll take you over to the customer service desk.
lounge.
I'll take you to the customer service desk. I'll ring you up and get you out of here. And that's what he wants. So he's like, great, let's do it. And he walks off with her. And at that point, I probably would have pursued. I probably would have fucking followed him to the ends of the earth to make sure his day was fucking ruined.
Yeah, I would have.
It's my wife's birthday. And we got her
steaks.
You had
to make a call.
We got her steaks. So I just walk up to the fucking register.
But
and
you can get steaks anytime.
These are some pretty good prime steaks for a good price.
Yeah,
I picked out the pack I wanted.
Say, you can get steaks anytime. You can't fight a guy in the middle of Costco. This is a dream come true.
Yeah, you let this guy go, Ross? This is not the Ross I know.
I cannot believe this. I'm really proud of you.
So I decided to put it into God's hands. Is what I decided.
Yes. Oh my God.
God can't do nothing. You need to take it in your own hands.
Maybe you're going to church this weekend, so so I'm ringing up my wife's steaks and her potatoes that she wanted, but baked potatoes on the grill. Dude, that's fucking tits.
Oh, that's fucking
amazing.
Baked potatoes just in general are the greatest thing
butter,
in the world.
Sour cream, a little bit of bacon. Yeah. Fucking amazing.
I'm easy. Just put a little salt and pepper butter on it.
So we're ringing up and we're crafting our pile on the scale because like they don't trust you or whatever. And as if God was putting on a stage play for me, the suit who came over to us, the guy, and like what can only be described as the management team of Costco, like 3 deep. Like numbers of people in like some of them had the little vest on, some of them just had like a jacket on. A bunch of people were assembled, and like one lady was kind of the point person of this focal group of the Costco management team, and she proceeded to tell this guy, "No, you came up to the membership desk a minute ago, and I told you I couldn't renew your membership at the desk and give you a purchase at the same time because we're too busy today for that. Go get in line and buy your socks." And from what I'm hearing, you didn't do that. You went and cut the line and tried to manipulate the system. She said, I'm afraid we can't accommodate you today. And he was forced to give her his socks and leave the Costco in shame.
The real.
But you can't let that happen. You got to shit on him somehow. You got to Vince McMahon him somehow. You got to let him know.
Push the back of your cart into his ankles.
Yeah, you got to do something to let him know that you know.
If it was just me, I would have been there and fucking flaving her like, yeah, boy.
Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I want.
But it was my wife's birthday, and I definitely at a point made a decision to like not mortify her anymore.
So unfortunate too because
God took care of it for me. Like honestly, other than he waited for me in the parking lot and I got to beat his ass, that's the ideal outcome. He was forced to leave. He didn't get his socks. He had to stop at
you got to witness it.
He had to stop at like Target or something like a savage and get socks. Oh yeah, I got to see it.
You should have bought his socks.
Oh, dude, your fault. fucked up. This guy's a fucking. This guy's fucked
sick.
up.
This
This
guy's
guy's a
sick.
zero sick monster.
And then-
This guy's a goddamn. You like to get your balls stomped.
wish
and
I
then-
thought of that.
You're a psycho.
And then
I wish I'd thought of that.
shit in each one.
You know how hard it is to shit into a brand new sock? You gotta open it up, put your hand in there to ream
It's
it
hard
out.
to get enough shit. It's 24 back.
You're eating too clean. You can't do
Well,
it.
he's got a dog too.
Do you want to squeeze news into this?
There's 48
Nepal,
socks that are shit in, huh?
Nepal. Now, if you want to climb Mount Everest, you got to apply for a permit, and when you get approved, Nepal gives you a number of shit bags because I don't have the article open right now, but it's either like 3 or 30 metric
Costco
tons of
socks.
human shit on Mount Everest because it doesn't decompose. There's no bacteria that can live in that low of
Frozen
oxygen.
shit up there.
Tons of frozen shit on the mountain, in addition to the corpses and the litter and whatever. So, but now
Let's go clean it up.
Hold on, this is the
That's
this
how you
is-
get rich.
This is the punchline. They issue you state issued shit bags. That's brand new. It's just happening. They recommend the shit bag is good for 5 or 6 shits.
No.
So you're on Mount Everest.
No.
You're like shivering to death. You can barely
I'm not
breathe.
carrying my shit with
Who
me.
knows what you've been eating? You're
I'd eat that shit.
But you've got to take a shit. So you break out your shit bag that you've used 3 times already, unroll it, and shit in the bag for the 4th time, and then roll it up knowing you got 2 more shits
Now
in the
wait a
bag.
minute. I'm like a little dog. Am I a 7 shits in the bag? Can I get 7 in there? Because I'm a human pee dog, right?
I know what you got to be asking. Yeah, they check when you come back down.
So, for your
They
shit.
do a shit census on the way down.
Some of the
Great
saddest.
bonus story.
Thank
But you two have a lot of diarrhea, right?
Hold on a second. You're
did-
fired.
So how does that? I mean, how much diarrhea? How much liquid
I don't think
can
diarrhea
one bag
counts.
hold?
No, diarrhea doesn't
it
count.
freezes.
I don't think diarrhea counts. I think you can diarrhea
Like a pudding?
anywhere. You can diarrhea-
It'll freeze solid
Yeah.
in your goddamn the death zone. Everything
Yeah,
freezes.
dude, no one
you can
would know.
diarrhea anywhere in front of the Reading Rainbow. That's your new t-shirt. Yeah.
Some of the saddest videos and funny to me is like on TikTok. You'll see
Don't talk about TikTok videos you've seen.
there'll be videos of like old school climbers, like guys that have been doing it all their lives, like since the 70s, and they're up in like some base camp of Mount Everest, like the second one or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're videotaping like, look at these fucking slumps, and they're mad screaming because there's trash.
I've seen that.
Oh yeah, because they there's not enough like energy
Yeah, it's
to take all
tourism
the
now,
shit
dude.
down.
It's
Yeah.
tourism.
And there's so many people, and there's such a big business. They're just leaving shit up there,
Yeah.
and there's a bunch of rich people don't give a fuck. They paid like the adventure companies
we're-
$100,000.
We're seeing the pendulum come back where you're actually seeing people like Sherpas, and it's happening a lot.
It's all garbage.
Well, it's happening a lot in reef areas and Caribbean communities where they're like the most sought after areas are just being trashed, and then the community's had enough, so they're like, no more, we're done, you're out of here.
Yeah,
You
but
can't
one
come
of the
anymore.
base camps in the same article that I don't have open that I was reading was saying like one of the base camps is basically knee deep in fucking feces now. 'Cause there's no bacteria that can break it down, and
dope
there's
too.
the conditions. It just stays there.
and all the companies that profit off of getting rich people to pay for them to take it, like they didn't.
Who's the manufacturer of the shit bags? That's what
It's a
I want
great
to
question.
know.
Probably some sort of airline company. Right?
Nepal's right there by China. I got to imagine it's some kind of Chinese concern. Would be my guess.
Yeah, and then the Nepal people, there's such a tourism that they make money off too, so they don't want to stop it.
To be fair, I think in Nepal they do have a certain like reverence for the mountain, and they do try to like keep it under control. And like that
It
is
just got
now-
out of control,
and
right?
it's just like one of those things where it's just wild, and they couldn't control. And like now they are because like the Nepalese government does do patrols now, and they bring like a certain amount of trash down every year. They're trying to get it nice again and keep people from shitting it up, literally.
Yeah, they need the companies to pay an extra tax to have
some
them
porta
clean it or
potties
whatever.
out
All right, let's take a break.
Yes, sir.
When we come back, we'll talk about Shaq and what's still driving me crazy, and how
Shaq is driving me crazy.
there's no amount of explanation anybody can give me why Shaq was in that 24-hour fitness hot tub in the middle of the night, because I keep going through every scenario, and then I'm like, why'd you choose
We'll
this?
talk about it.
He did tweet me one time though.
Yeah. Do you remember what it was?
Yeah,
We'll
yeah,
talk
yeah.
about it. Okay, we'll talk about it. The name of the band, it's cool we get to play these guys. They released this a couple of weeks ago, but it's a brand new single from Alkaline Trio. The name of the song is Break. It's off of their brand new Blood, Hair, and Eyeballs record. Enjoy this. We'll be back with more on Mediocre Time momentarily. 1-844-TOMNDAN or show at tomanddan.com for emails. That's a lot to say.
StreamlineFlorida.com. It's Streamline Mortgage Solution. Talk to Brian Zymel. If you go to StreamlineFlorida.com, you'll see our logo. Click on that. There's his cell phone number. Text him, call him, because you might as well plan out.
Things are going to be changing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like there's bubblings.
Just look it up. Google search, are interest rates going to change? And there's a lot of speculation. I know Bart and Crystal believe that they are going to change.
And I know what you're thinking. Why aren't Tom and Dan telling us this instead of yelling at us and saying, Google it? It's because we don't understand. Okay?
yeah. But
Full
you know who does?
transparency, yeah.
Brian Zymel.
There you go. Thank you, Tom.
And it's free just to text him or
Yes.
call him.
Have a smart person explain the thing you don't understand.
And he'll tell you why he thinks they're going to change and why you should plan if you're looking to buy or sell your
if
house.
you call me, I'm just going to go, who is this? And I'm going to like, stop bothering me. But Brian, he knows his way around this stuff.
And so you might as well get everything ready now, because if the news gets out there and they're like, interest rates are going down, then guess what? It's going to be flooded, and then you're going to wait. It's going to be too late.
Get a plan.
If you have a plan together,
overthink it like we do. You need to overthink this, dude. This is a big deal.
And again, it's all free to plan. All you have to do is text or call Brian Zymel.
I thought you were going to rhyme. It's all free to plan. Thanks, Tom and Dan. Like, I thought you were doing like a thing.
Yeah, and just get the information and be ready for when the rates do change, and get yourself the best deal. That's how to save or make the most amount of money.
Yeah.
And I know Streamline has helped at this point hundreds of our listeners.
I would like to think that we're sitting close to like 1,000.
Yeah, it's been a lot.
I would like to think that. It's been years, dude. And again, Brian is a great guy. The number's on the website. And if you're concerned about this, like Tom says, look, man, we give him a lot of crap about over-planning and overthinking.
Yeah.
That's
the way to make money.
This is the thing you would want to overthink, right? Biggest purchase of your life.
Yeah, it's StreamlineFlorida.com.
Everything that I do is on you.
Welcome back to a mediocre time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom. It's funny that I just was replying to an email. I get tons of emails, not only from
How much are your boner pills?
it's all podcast
You
companies.
selling boner pills?
Yeah. Oh, we should just sell boner pills.
I would
a lot
sell
of money
boner
in there.
pills. I would sell boner pills.
So
I'll sell anything now. I mean, I'm in my... I feel like officially when I reach 50 that I could just totally go crazy and sell out to everything, right?
Here's the thing.
I'm almost there now.
10 years ago, all we had were the boner pills that still gave you like heart problems. Now it's the golden age of boner pills. You can get like
I saw Lady Gaga in like a migraine.
Yes. She doesn't have for
commercial,
migraines.
and I was just like,
she got her hair slicked
need
back.
to
She's
do
playing
that?
the piano.
I think it's just so easy to make money doing that.
But it's so much money. I bet you if you looked
it's
up...
got to be a ton
Yeah,
of
like
money.
Lady Gaga, what did you get for your migraine medication?
Right.
And she's like, oh, I worked for 3 minutes. I was already at concert.
Right.
They brought the crew. They filmed me playing with my hair slicked back. And then I just had to say, I get migraines, and this helps 50 million.
And you look at who advertises
know.
and who has
I would've
money.
thought she
Cars,
was above that.
pharmaceuticals. That's who does all the advertising.
The only way I would say that it would work, because Cyndi Lauper did it too, is that I think the medications actually help them. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so
there's not the stigma there used to be, though, as well, with endorsing products. Like, there used to be people look down on, like, A-list, like, singer-songwriter celebrities for endorsing.
That's
That's what
why
they
they
all
go-
Yeah, but I feel
Japan.
like just I don't know. With me, I feel like I'd be a little sketchy with like medications. You know, especially it's a new medication. Like let's let it be out on the shelf a little bit before I put my name on it.
I did think it was weird too, but when I saw it, I was like,
she's about to be in the new Joker movie.
She's
It's not like she's not relevant.
making that money. you
Does
know?
anybody else get worried when I watch something that requires a commercial break? And then the commercials for something like there's a commercial for pretzels, and I'm like, oh yeah, I like pretzels. And then the next commercial is for HIV medicine. I'm like, what do they know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do they know?
Yeah.
It's
They
weird.
know I'm fucking this guy with HIV and eating pretzels right now.
the way commercials are delivered
Poor
to
girl.
us, I'm used to the streaming. So
Yeah.
when I watch, like, I'll watch antenna TV for NFL games this year, and I'll see generic, old school TV commercials. And when I see commercials that are advertising a product that has nothing to do with me, it's bizarre because I'm so used to being targeted for specific demographic commercials.
I get a lot of
weird.
that because I still have cable.
But again, last night, for example, my wife will back me up on this. You know my wife, she would not lie about this. You can check with her. Last night, they advertised to me on a streaming service the cheese I was eating. I was eating a certain brand of cheese, and they advertised that cheese to me. So like, and then the next ad is like a tampon ad from the 90s where it's describing all the activities you can get up to that you couldn't used to, except it's for an HIV medicine. What does that mean? I'm very paranoid now.
It's back to Shaq.
No transfusions, right? If you because is it like foreshadowing?
Dude, I did get blood drawn yesterday. Is that what it?
It could have been a dirty needle. I mean, I don't know if that worked. Could have been a toilet seat, but that's just science. I don't know. I don't know how any of it works.
Do you know what
Nobody
my
knows.
phlebotomist had that blew my mind?
I love that. I love that you
Phlebotomist.
use that word. It's
one of my
should
favorites.
be used more.
It's right up there with defenstration. It's one of my favorites.
Oh.
But my phlebotomist had a Jim Phillips You Matter card. Remember those?
That's creepy. You know,
Remember those?
Jack still gives them out.
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Jack Bradshaw
What?
will still give out Jim Phillips these little cards.
Have you ever heard of Real Radio? It's a radio station here in town. This guy Jim Phillips used to be on it. Yeah.
Jack gave me one time, and I made a joke. I was like, I don't want this shit. You know, like, I think I said something like that. He was like, "Oh, Daddy, out." Like I think
they took him pretty seriously.
I think he
no,
did.
they
Yeah,
did.
they really do. And I made a joke. I was like, I don't want you matter. I was like, this is dumb. You know, and then they were like, oh, whoa, you know, and I was
No,
like, I'm
and
sorry.
like as a listener, and at that time a mark for the radio station, like they made it matter enough that it mattered to us
yeah,
too.
it was
like
a
it did
rare
matter. Yeah.
thing. Like they're like, oh, you get a You Matter card.
There's one of those electrical boxes. You know how they do like the art beautification electrical boxes? There's one on Mills right by the YMCA that is a Jim Phillips You Matter card.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's really neat.
So let's say Shaq is
Back
just
to Shaq.
going to one of his properties that he owns,
Yeah.
right? That's weird to me anyway.
Gotta
Because
assume he's like downtown. I assume he has like a downtown crib too, because there's no way he's coming from like whatever his like.
Windermere.
Yeah, there's no way he was
Yeah.
coming from there to the 24-hour fitness.
You were thinking at the time. I'm sure
So
he had
probably has
something
a
down
condo in 55 West or something.
Or
He's
I
got a
think
bunch-
he's got a place. His mom has a place in town too, right? Doesn't his mom still live in town?
You know, I don't know. I only
Maybe.
keep up with the Kelce mama. That's the only one I have time for now. That
That's
she's
the
my
only
family's
sports
best
mom in
friend.
town.
Yeah.
So maybe
Well, Paulo Banquero's mom too. We have a lot of good moms in Orlando.
Maybe he's at his mom's house in the back bedroom on an IKEA mattress. You know?
He could be.
and then, but think
Do you
about
get to come and go at the Amway? Like when you were Shaq, could you just go like
you can go anywhere.
you like if you were Shaquille O'Neal
Yeah.
and it's the middle of the night and you know they got security there and you drive up and you're like, hey, I left my sunglasses in the locker room. Let me in. And they just open up the thing
100%.
and it's the middle of the night and he goes in there and he gets the sunglasses from the
Yes.
locker room.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yeah,
Is that
for
allowed?
sure. For sure.
Because you're so recognizable, there's no one else
no
that
way
looks
you're
like
not
Shaq.
Shaq.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But they would open it in the middle of the night.
You are one of one human on our planet Earth.
Yes.
If you're Shaq, you know,
Yeah.
it's like-
Limited edition.
So
rare.
is everybody else. Huh?
No, but he's special. He's special.
You know how many people look like me?
A lot.
You know how many people look like those jump rovers that we
Yeah.
talked
Don't
about?
How? What are you
Dare
doing?
you?
Now you got to cut that out.
I got news for you. There's at least one lady that works at Costco that looks exactly like Shaq too. So there you go.
So, and this is what makes him more frustrating to me because if you're Shaq, you cannot hide. Everybody recognizes
You hear that, Shaq?
If I want to pay Werner Herzog $1 million to say that sentence.
Like everybody knows you.
Yeah, you can't wear a disguise
Yeah,
to
there's-
get away from paparazzi.
Yeah,
Too tall.
There's no like, hey, I'm gonna
Yeah.
be in the hot tub on the down low, just like put on some hat.
Has anyone ever tried to be in a hot tub on the down low? Like what you're describing is so odd.
No, but other people, I feel.
Disguising myself to go in the hot tub.
But like other celebrities,
down low.
like Leonardo DiCaprio could be in a 24-hour fitness hot tub by himself with like
No.
It usually is.
No.
But you could put a swim cap on,
No,
some fucking
no.
sunglasses,
cap in a hot
some glasses, a mustache, and people would know.
Hey, aren't you Leonardo DiCaprio with a swim cap on? I think I would say that.
No, but if you had glasses
He has
and a
a chubby
mustache,
face.
whatever, but Shaq, you cannot disguise yourself.
No, you can't.
Maybe you could paint yourself white. I don't know.
No,
With
that'd
the
make it
wig.
worse. That'd make it worse.
That would make it way
No, it'd be like when people paint trees white to stop funguses. You know, people that paint their trees white to
Yeah.
stop a fungus. It looks
People are
terrible.
like, "There's a bald polar bear."
You can't do that.
So
It would look sick.
So you can't hide. Then you're in a place.
Is there enough room for you? Were you touching Shaq?
No,
Because he's humongous.
No, he
Have
did.
you ever I was going to say, have you ever seen him? No, but I have stood next to him in Specs Music. Remember when he shut the music store I was in down in Stetson, and he bought everybody. He's like, "Hey, I'm buying everybody CDs," and then we all just he bought everything just so he could shop. It was him, Scott Skiles. It was awesome.
So
no, he did. He took up one whole side of the whirlpool
That's
by himself.
Shaq's side.
So not only can you not hide, but you are choosing a situation in which, no offense, Ross, you can only be surrounded by weirdos. Right? Like, that way,
No offense.
Or someone that's in an unfortunate situation because
Crazy people, right? Middle of the night.
after
homeless.
midnight.
Yeah.
24
We're going to let it all hang out.
Yeah. Like after
With
midnight, 24-hour fitness hot tub that you are having.
Nothing good's going on.
Exactly. You know, so
Nothing good happens after 3 a.m. That's a fact. I've heard people say that.
Like you know, some people are having like either you get kicked into your house by your old lady, and the only place to go to is the gym. Like you're
you're getting
Ross,
a
you
hand
can't
job
sleep.
at a park. There's there's variations
You know,
of things you do in the middle of the night.
Other like situations, but they're all aren't good for the other people that are going to sit in the hot tub with you, and you cannot hide from them. That's why I'm thinking it's weird that
What about
Shaq
this
chose to
He
do
doesn't
this.
want to hide.
What about this one? He's just in town, obviously, for whatever reason, right? Like, let's say he was downtown partying. Because this is real close to downtown.
Okay.
He's downtown partying.
He used to love to go downtown and just bounce from bar to bar to go with what Sam's saying. He likes that reaction.
Yeah. People are like, Shaq is here. Why not?
He loved that.
Yeah,
He's fucking awesome.
Yeah, in a
You've
party.
been at the Roxy before when they announce
I
him and the
see Shaq
place
there.
goes bananas.
There's a reason that he not only buys up all these businesses, he is the face of them, and he is goofy. Like, what is he on Carnival? And he's like doing this.
Papa
Like, he
John's.
wants to be out there being seen. He wants to be
Icy
out
hot.
amongst people.
Why do you think him and the general
Shaq
ride
is
around in that
fun.
open top car?
Exactly.
The general,
That's
Shaq
fine.
is fun.
That's fine. I've already
Oh my
incorporated
God!
that
Let's
in.
dress as the Shaq and the General for Halloween, and you go blackface. It'll make the news.
I almost spit Mountain Dew everywhere.
It'll make the news.
Oh my God.
But there's, I understand Shaq likes the attention.
He's addicted.
He likes the,
He's addicted
He
to
says
attention.
he's addicted to business too.
but
he loves it.
But when you're in a hot tub
He's
after
an addict.
midnight,
He wants to talk to people after midnight in a hot tub about basketball.
but don't you want to relax?
No.
Let's say
No,
never
he is.
relax.
He is tall person, back pain, lifelong full of injuries. Right,
Yeah.
soaking his back. I'm just trying to go with the like. It helps.
He's
right?
out downtown. He's done Church Street. He's like on his way home. He's being chauffeured. He's a little bit buzzed, but he's like, hey, you know what? I own that 24-hour fitness, right? Like,
tell me about
why?
that. I
As
take a
opposed to
poo-poo.
going home, I'm going to fire up my own hot tub, have to clean it afterwards. I just want a hot tub for like 20 minutes while I'm on my way home. Swing by the 24-hour fitness. I'm going to hop out,
He had to
hop
take a
in the
poop
hot tub,
anyway.
and then you'll take me right back to my fucking mansion. Why not?
You want to sit in the public 24-hour fitness hot tub while other crazy
Power
people
move, too.
bother
It's
you?
a
It is a
power
power
move, too,
move,
right? Because
yeah.
you're taking up half the hot tub, and you're like, hey, I own this fucking gym.
You own it. Yeah.
but why
And
do
if you're
you-
nice to people, it is a good way to be beloved, right? You make a bunch of memories. It's kind of the Bill Murray, although his star is kind of
I
tarnished.
sat in a hot tub with this dude.
Yeah.
But people go there to shower. You understand?
With Shaq.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they are dirty, crazy.
But he seems to
And
pop
you're-
up in more
You're
like.
stewing in their stew.
But he does this a lot. Like, you'll see, like, they'll be like, and guess who showed up at the infield of the Daytona 500? It was Shaquille O'Neal in an inflatable pool. Like, he'll show up anywhere.
And another time I just saw him just in the middle of the day coming to like work out or whatever, bumped into him at the door. So like maybe he was trying to get the legend made where like Shaq drops by every once in a while. You should be a member there. You
I
might
mean,
see Shaq.
not a bad idea if it's your gym to hang out there.
Yeah,
a
just
little
swing
bit,
by
just
once
to
in a
say
while.
you were by there.
Right.
I mean,
I know you guys are trying to make me
yeah,
feel
we know you're dead
like
set. Yeah, we know you're dead set.
But
From
thi-
the chat, Tom goes to a gym to use a pool when he has a pool.
yeah, it's freezing.
Well, maybe his jacuzzi was broken and didn't
True.
work.
That-
You know? It's usually the most easy thing to explain, right?
I guess so.
Maybe his pool when he bought the house was our jacuzzi was too small. Big pool, but tiny jacuzzi. He's like,
I like this one. It's bigger. It's commercial.
And,
you know, I don't know.
Have you ever had insomnia? Maybe he couldn't sleep because, like, when you have bad insomnia, sometimes you just want to get out and be out of even your fucking 60 million square foot mansion. Like, it feels real claustrophobic, and you just got to get out of
Don't
it.
they tell you that? They're like, a change of scenery is what makes you
Boy, I don't know, but
tired.
sometimes, like, I wake up in the middle of the night, can't get back to sleep, and just like every room in my house feels like 1 foot by 1 foot, and I got to get out and walk around or something. You know?
All I'm saying is I own that 24-hour fitness. I'm telling the front desk to close it down while I'm in there.
Okay, that's the Michael Jackson. Yeah.
I mean, Michael
But
Jackson.
then you're the dickhead. He's
Yeah.
the love.
He's not that
Shaq's
guy.
the love.
No, he doesn't shut
Can
it
you
down.
imagine how bad I would have blown up Twitter?
yeah. But guess what? You put the close sign on the front door. You don't say because of Shaq.
Yeah, but if I see you walking around in there, I'm like, hey, I thought you were
But then
close.
Shaq's on Instagram Live. Hey, I'm at my gym.
Yeah, close it down. down.
See, you're Mr. Shaq can't run, Shaq can't hide, but now he's supposed to, on the download, just shut down the whole 24-hour fitness and nobody knows?
Shut it down. What are you
Shaq it
doing?
down.
You're crazy,
Here
Shaq.
comes Gordon Ramsay. Shut it down.
You want to sit in a hot tub with Ross and a bunch of people ask you about basketball?
Well, he was asking about Twitter.
Right.
Ross just bothering you the whole time. All
Ross
right.
was odd man out. You tried. You were trying.
You like
yeah,
it?
he didn't want it.
If
Oh,
that's
anyway,
what
so
you
the time he tweeted me,
yeah, please.
he tweeted, this is back when Twitter was like fun.
Okay.
Pre-Bieber, the Bieber line is where I divide it. Shaq tweeted out that he watched Step Brothers. And I was like, at Shaq, how'd you like it? And he tweeted back to me, we should build bunk beds so we'd have room on the floor for activities and stuff, which is a line from Step Brothers.
He loved it.
For activities.
He loved it.
Yeah.
He's a Step Brothers guy. He's a man of the people. He really is.
He is.
Yeah, a little too approachable, though, maybe. You know what would be interesting to talk to him about, because he is so approachable and because he is sort of a guy of the people. Like, if he walks downtown Orlando, even right now, like, people will be hugging
Absolutely.
him, high-fiving him and
For
stuff
sure.
like that.
He never gets tired of it?
I'm sure he does. That's what I would want to know. This has gotten, like,
Right.
you've had some people that have done inappropriate things.
Yeah.
Take me through the times that it's gotten scary. Because obviously you've had to navigate a bunch of that because we know you love it.
Or maybe it doesn't no, but that doesn't make sense because people constantly try to like fuck with the biggest and strongest guy in the room because humans are stupid.
Everybody's trying to
like,
fuck with him.
yeah, like
Sure.
when people see Seth or anybody with
It still
MMA
happens.
years, they're like, let me go fuck with this guy because they're drunk and stupid.
Yeah.
And one of the
Right? That's
It does happen a lot, yeah.
One of the few things I feel sorry for rich and famous people about nowadays is there's this subculture of people who know when like Shaq is going to get off a flight because he's got a mole at the airport or whatever.
Uh-huh.
So they know Shaq is going to be coming through the airport. So they show up with a bunch of Shaq merchandise and a Sharpie.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, Shaq, sign 85 basketballs and a bunch of
This
pictures
is your idea
and
to
some
save the
figures for me.
company.
they
tell
literally,
everybody.
some of these guys even have like a setup, like a big display, like, hey, just sign 85 things for me real
They
quick.
were at-
I'm a huge fan. And they're just going to sell it all on eBay, of course. But like, and then if Shaq doesn't do it, they're like, oh, you don't have times for the fans, Shaq. They
Yeah.
really like play on poor celebrities' like emotions. But I hate that guy. I fucking hate that guy.
It happens a lot too, man. They were
It's a thing now.
At the
Honestly-
Falcons training camp that we went to. They had to remove some of the guys that were down there with like tons of memorabilia.
remove them to a fucking
and it's
catapult,
for
as far as I'm
children
concerned.
and like super fans.
Who's not embarrassed? Why?
I was embarrassed to ask for Craig Robinson autograph, and I wanted
You
that
did
for
have
me.
to overthink that. I thought you were going to sweat your wig off, man. Like
Yeah.
she's over there really running the numbers, asking her hubby, right? You were like, should I do it? Should I not?
I had
do it?
everything ready, had the marker ready.
Yeah. She was like ready to fly. It was like open to the page. Here's the marker,
Excuse
ready
me,
to go.
sir.
Yeah.
I walk around my whole life embarrassed of everything I do. I tell myself, I'm like, don't do that. That's embarrassing, you idiot. I tell myself
Well,
that
that's
every
amazing.
day.
You get yourself into the things that you do.
No, I
if you
know.
tell yourself that.
yeah,
Well, think about what Joe Average does. You know what I mean? Like this guy, he's
people bring a full pile of shit for some
They will.
celebrity to
So
sign
much
in the
stuff.
airport.
So much.
Like, aren't
I
you
mean,
embarrassed
multiple
to ask
boxes
that?
full. There were
Right.
guys at the training camp that had multiple, like, cardboard boxes with, I don't know, 70 to 100 items.
Disgusting. It's
Yeah, yeah.
disgusting.
Yeah.
And then all to sign, but like, and they're not even making that much money.
It
off
can't be that much because like it's undocumented. It's like if
Yeah.
people want a certificate of authenticity now, you might as well just fucking fake
And
it.
if the person's nice, they'll just stand there and kind of
Yeah, a lot-
sadly do it.
because they
which
don't
is
want
like,
to be
Jesus
lambasted in public,
Christ.
and that's what
Right.
happens. Yeah,
You're right, because they'll just light him up and be like, this guy's a dickhead.
When
And it's
sign, they present it as like this guy wouldn't sign my baseball card, and like you're just trying to make a living off their bro.
You know, it's funny. I saw this little fact, and Sam could look it up. But apparently,
On a Snapple cap?
Matt Damon and who's the other his friend?
Ben Affleck?
Ben Affleck.
God, let him hang more, guys. I want to see that go on for a while.
They both
J-Lo's husband.
were getting inundated by these fucking
Yeah,
crazy
I've
people.
heard that story
Okay.
too.
And
yeah.
they were giving them shit to resell, right?
Okay.
So then they both came up with an idea. They're like, we're going to sign every single thing we can to devalue our signature so these guys stop asking us. Because
interesting.
we're going to flood the market with our signature.
I like that.
So therefore, our signatures are worth nothing. It's like releasing the diamonds and the fucking Hope
Yeah.
Diamond. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's
Well,
the De Beers
yeah.
family releases it, and then it's like literally nothing.
And then so they spent like the early part of their celebrity career signing as much as they can, like staying late, signing to try to devalue the signature, and then they said it didn't work. They said it didn't stop these people.
Trust me when I say that's the part he loves the most.
And they're like, we wasted our lives, and then I got great enjoyment of that. Like,
That's a fantastic story.
I like that they tried to devalue the signature, and then it didn't stop them. It didn't work. They still get inundated
Will you
with
sign this? Back to square one.
I thought where this was going was that they started just writing like "fuck you, asshole" on like everybody's like.
no.
That seems like that's what I would think to do.
That'll get you on Twitter.
Yeah,
being a dickhead.
but then the internet releases that.
Yeah.
Like you can.
No,
only-
I got a guy that's documenting the whole thing. I got EJ behind me with a camera, like documenting the whole thing. Look, this guy had 85 fucking pieces. I just wrote "fuck you, asshole" 85 times. Yeah,
But the truth doesn't get spread like
No.
the bullshit.
Yeah,
people don't
and
like
they
the
know
truth.
it.
Yeah. People
Like-
want their own reality, so they just, I'll
a
just
good
create
story.
it.
Yeah, as opposed to the truth.
And that's the fucked up thing about the like society we live in now is only the like bad salacious stuff gets spread around, and then when something like gets proven wrong or whatever, like
It doesn't matter. We've already moved on.
Yeah, moved on,
Yeah,
and then you
like
just think
Taylor Swift snubbed Celine Dion. Not a thing, and you made it a thing. Moved on.
Yeah.
But wait a minute, we need to correct that because that might tarnish somebody's image. No, it can't be stopped. Sorry, nothing can be done.
Don't care. I believe whatever.
Yeah. My reality is what matters.
The Richard Jewell effect.
Yeah.
He's the Olympic bomber. No, actually, he was trying to save lives. Nope, he's the bomber.
Yeah, 100%. And sorry, nothing can be done. No, it can't be stopped.
And then you're like, nothing matters. Nothing like, and then the celebrities realize nothing matters. Like bad, good, whatever. Who
I think
gives a
that's
shit?
why they don't. It used to be the knee jerk to try and correct it. I don't think they do it anymore.
Well, who was it? Like
doesn't even
Cher
matter.
or Celine Dion or somebody threw a fit because pictures of her house were online, and it just led to
It was
pictures
Barbra
of her
Streisand.
house. Streisand. She
It's a thing. They call it the Streisand effect.
She threw a fit because somebody put pictures of her house online, and so that led to that becoming one of the most Googled images of all time. Like it couldn't have spread her house further and wider than anything else, and she did to herself.
Yeah, they use that now to try and show people
settle celebrities down.
Yeah, if people are like coming at you,
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes the best thing to do is literally just to ignore it.
Dude, we read a story about Celine Dion and her disease that she has, and she's got
Stiff
like
woman syndrome. Very sad.
And then, like in the stories, like she's full the caretaker.
Tons of pain. You're not supposed to touch her.
Yeah, she turns full stiff when she can't
like
even
a stone
move.
woman. Do not touch her.
Full step.
Yeah, it makes Andrea cry. Andrea loves Celine Dion. Like I
That
shouldn't even
article read like
I
that,
know,
and then
I
all
know.
of a sudden she comes out onto the Grammys, and we're like, well, I mean,
Well, I think it was difficult for her to come out.
no, I understand, but the article made it seem like she could not leave her house. She's
Well, that's
stiff.
why it was such a big deal.
Wait until they come out with a medicine for that, and she can endorse it. She's a fucking billionaire.
Oh, Lady Gaga. Oh, that'd be good. Sky Rizzy.
Let's do some dump 'em
Is
out.
it dump 'em out time? All right, buddy. Let me find the button here for dump. All right, here we go. Dump 'em out.
We got too many topics on the list today. It's the end of the motherfucking show. So come on, baby, let's dump them out and play. I wanna see your topics. Ooh, I wanna also see your bottomics.
Dump 'em out brought to you by Smash Beer Fest, flsmash.com. It's Hourglass Beer Fest, all for charity for the Second Harvest Food Bank.
Yeah, man.
That's happening February 10th.
If you don't know what that is single malt, single hop, some of the most unique the brewers put a lot of time and effort into these beers. They really love this particular festival.
Yeah.
It's like a
Because
source
it's about
of
the
pride.
beer. It's
yeah.
like a real beer fest that they all brew a single malt beer specifically for this.
Yeah, single malt, single hop. That's what Smash stands for, and it's just going to be a heck of a good time. And it's also for a good cause. They've raised in upwards, I think, $80,000.
Yeah.
At this point, so
flsmash.com
there
for
you
tickets.
All right, let's talk about Shaq.
All right.
Back to Shaq.
back to the Shack.
He's a billionaire. And he sends some stinky doo-doos through with crazy people. I thought billionaires wanted to not
Some
be...
billionaires want straight doo-doo on their face, or they want to shit on people. Like it's
That's
sometimes,
true.
you know.
No.
Yeah.
Learn to Vince McMahon.
Damn it.
Yeah, there you go.
Dan is the Gag King.
Yeah. I was teaching. I want to teach. I started calling myself the Gag King, which I realize sounds.
You do gag a lot.
Yeah, I do gag a lot. But I was telling Tracy, and I was telling you guys how I guess Tracy's kid didn't want to go to school today, and he was saying, "Oh, I got a stuffy nose, I can make myself have a full-blown stuffy nose that no one can tell the difference between like it and like if I if I put my tongue in the back of my mouth and start making myself gag,
it makes your eyes water.
It
then
does.
Your nose starts
and then your nose starts producing mucus. So I can fill on command. This is my superpower. I can fill my
You're
nose.
Runny Nose Man.
I'm Runny Nose Man. And I can fill my nose. I'd be like, oh God, I'm so sick, and no one can tell the difference. And I need to be able to teach Tracy's son how to do this so he can skip school because I used to do it and I still do it. I can do all kinds of things when I'm gagging. If I feel really bad,
I have heard you gag more than any other human.
If I feel really bad here, like let's say
more than your wife.
No, she don't gag. She is gagless.
Oh my God,
gag free, as they call it. Sorry.
No, you got to take it all the way and also have like itching powder on you and like one of those joke rings. You gags and gags.
I'm gonna get a married with children shirt that says no gag.
No, but I can do it. I can if I'm feeling bad, I can make myself gag, and it will make my body. I feel like it makes my body fight or flight. Like I'm forcing it to react to something. Like get the poison out, and then it shoots chemicals through my body that make me feel better. So if I feel bad, I should make myself gag, and then I'm like, oh, shoot the chemicals, and they shoot the chemicals through my body, and I'm like, it's the only thing that keeps me alive is my gagging.
The only thing I have
I'm in so much pain all the time.
It's weirder than Shaq. I want to sit in a hot tub with Gagman.
Gagman.
Shaq and Gagman. That's the name of the show.
And then you're telling Shaq, you're like,
I can gag anything.
Don't tell Shaq you can gag anything.
Gagging. He's like,
Why'd you gag me, Daniel?
I'm like, I'm not sucking your dick.
this is who Shaq wants to sit in a hot tub with. I'm sorry.
That's true. Moving on. Dan
God.
Sampler.
Oh, yeah. So I put this in the BDM group. Me and Maisie got into she loves rapping and making beats and stuff. And so in researching this, and Dan Stone sent me an article about this particular sampler that's coming out by a company called Teenage Engineering. I realize that name sounds very problematic. But Teenage Engineering.
Gagman.
Yeah, Gagman and the Teenage Engineering. They're a Swedish company. And I ordered my sampler full knowing that they've had some issues with a fader on the sampler, like it's shorted out or something. It's there's been a quality control issue that they're dealing with.
Yeah.
When I got mine in, sure enough, I got it in, and it was one of the ones that's having a problem. It was bricked. We can never turn it on. So, and it's been a nightmare. Their customer service is terrible. It's like dealing with an Etsy shop. I mean, they're really some rinky-dink shit. But then I ordered my replacement. I did sent it back, the whole nine. Got my new one in yesterday. Opened it up with the batteries in it. It's bricked again. God. Piece of shit. Gigantic piece of shit.
That's weird, right?
So I am using the reason this is on Dump 'Em Out is because I noticed that Andrea, when I got got in the second unit yesterday, got home, fired it up. This one did turn on, but then immediately the screen started shaking and shorting out, and I'm like, oh my God. So I videoed it. I saw Andrea get triggered. And I'm like, are you all right? And she was getting angry. And I'm like, are you getting angry for me? And she's like, I am. And because I know you're mad about this. And I'm like, well, I am. But I am trying to use this as a kind of like you on the birthday. It ties perfectly into you on your wife's birthday. Come on, man. Just don't, hold it in line. So I'm like, I was like, yes, I got the second unit in my replacement. Yes, it's bricked, but I'm just going to write him an email. I'm going to say this is unacceptable, and then I'm going to package it up and send it back and see if I can get another one. I'm just going to stick with it. I'm going to stay calm. I'm not going to freak out like I did when I was riding my bike and yelled at the two guys on the bike path 2 days ago and blacked out. I'm like, I'm not doing any of that. I'm not,
well, you did do that.
I did do that. I did, so I'm not going to do it again. I'm not going to do it again. Gagman learns his lesson.
Life's about choices.
Gagman rides again.
Yeah, Gagman. No, Gagman doesn't ride again. Enough, Gagman, it's Gagman, calm down, get to work.
Do you know what? I bet if you got on the phone with customer service, you start gagging a little bit.
There's no customer service. Only email. It's only email.
Have you tried your gag powers?
I haven't.
Send a video of your gagging.
I could send a video of me gagging. Here's the thing.
This is the second one we've had bricks, and I'm very.
Yeah. Hold on.
Do it.
I'll do it.
Yeah. This is like Superman not understanding how to get to the other side of the globe so fast. You fly, Superman, fly!
You idiot.
Jump up! Yeah.
There it goes. I can literally spray puke on you right now. You want it? You want the full gag?
Oh my God.
You want the fucking smoke? Who wants the smoke?
Gag it up.
Who wants the smoke?
See, this is what'll happen when you
Get
call.
to gagging.
No, I almost did it. I got a little too close on that one.
But like we were willing
My
to give you
God.
anything to stop. It's exactly
You
what
don't
I
want
mean.
me. You don't want this thing with live
You know-
ammunition.
No.
This is not the set of
You know
rust.
who you
This
should
is
be
hurt some people.
for Halloween. You should be Walton gagging.
That's not bad.
At every event we're going to do, we're all going to chant gag.
Gag man.
Gag man.
And then I have a
Gag man.
costume. It's my green costume. It's just my green.
For
it's the
BDM
Turtle Man costume.
appreciation, everybody wanted you to puke in their front
They
yard.
did.
So
Oh,
They
you
did
have to
want
drive
that.
around one to one
Yeah.
every BDM's house.
Oh my
you're
God.
the
It's
chef
tough.
of gagging.
It's tough. I'll feel like old Craig Robinson. I'll be tired by the end of the day. Like,
You need your
goddamn.
almonds.
I was like, God damn, give me my almonds. I'm dying over here.
If you want like the full Dan gagging experience, go way into the Wayback Machine to find that episode where he ate pig's feet because he fully threw
There's
up on my.
video of that, and that was
Oh,
really
yeah.
bad,
Yeah.
and I did throw up.
Uh-huh.
That was terrible. But yeah, so I am going to follow through. This company is making me so angry because they're one of these hipster companies that they very much are about the way it looks, not about customer service, not
Yeah.
about. They don't care when they email me back. They don't care when they ship the parts. They
They're
just want it to
superficial.
look nice. They don't use capital letters on their website. Fuck you. Fuck you.
You know what I realized? I'm like, maybe we haven't opened Gagman's full potential
Yeah,
yet.
yeah. What do you
Open
need to
that
do?
throat up.
What do you need to do?
Because maybe if,
I'm like an X-Men, though. It does get to an uncontrollable point, and then I
that's what I'm
spontaneous
saying.
combine.
That's what I'm saying.
Because real X-Men, when they come
Yeah.
to Xavier,
Oh, yeah.
and he's like, I got to teach you how to not kill your family, because Gagman,
Oh, yeah.
I have enough power inside of me to
Like,
level the earth.
Remember when Dr. Manhattan, everybody starts coming up and like,
I'm
you,
Dr.
you gave your
Gagman.
you gave your girlfriend cancer, and he's like, oh, and everyone, the reporters are
Oh,
yelling.
if you told me that, I'd be like, it's just a girlfriend. We're not married.
And then he's
no
like,
big deal.
leave me alone. He goes to Mars and he's
Yeah,
sitting there. And
That's DC, Tom. This is more like Scott Summers, the Cyclops, who needed.
That's exactly who I was
He
thinking
couldn't
of.
control his fucking
they gave
eye
him
beams
red
until
glasses.
they gave him ruby red
Yeah.
controlled.
Yeah, yeah.
all I'm saying is that if we give him the pig's feet, and then we'll get Chris Campmeyer to call. Like,
I bought it. I'm like, smell this.
yeah, like all the triggers that make you nervous, or the pig's feet,
And then one day somebody has to save me because I'm like, they're using me as a weapon.
like I'm like, Capitol Records want you to Capitol Records, and I'm like, there's no, it's not on the app.
Hello,
the show's
Master?
not on the app. Everything that triggers Gagman goes full gag.
It's pretty much like the Hulk, except I don't
The
get
gag
bigger.
meter's about to break.
I don't get bigger. I just puke everywhere. There's no lasers.
Yeah, but what kind of power can we unleash?
Oh,
Full
it's
Gagman.
real disgusting.
When you do get the working sampler, please let the first sample be one of your gags.
Okay, all right. You know what? Done. That is brilliant. No, but it just made me mad because I hate this shit.
Yeah.
Because you also know that I do customer service here, and when people email me that day, I email them back that day because it's respect. Like you don't. Like this company is so shitty that they'll just like, I'll email them and be like, hey, this one's bricked again, and I know it will take 6 days for them to email me back and be like, oh, and we're so sorry, and they make it sound automated. It's not automated. You fucking clowns.
They write you back. I'm sorry, your business partner wanted us to trigger Gagman.
It was all a big ruse.
Yeah.
He said the more we
You're
send
being
this,
weaponized.
Yeah, you're Mr. Glass.
yeah.
What else? Have we got on there?
Okay, so I saw this on TikTok the other day. I was not familiar with this Randy Newman song called "Short People."
Yeah, that's a super famous song. Short people
So-
got no meaning.
It
That's my
is
Randy Newman.
extremely anti-short people.
Yeah.
When you read the lyrics to the song, so if you pull a song up, it sounds like super like jovial.
Yeah, I always thought that this was tongue in cheek.
Yeah,
It's just
so
a
what
gag.
happened to you? Got a friend in me.
You gotta read me. You gotta read. Me and Andrea will talk like this around the house. We'll be like, hey, how you doing? Randy Newman.
People got no reason. Short people got no reason. Short people got no reason to live.
no reason to live.
Oh, this sounds like
They got little hands, little eyes. They walk around telling great big lies.
Yeah.
They got little noses, tiny little teeth.
Yeah, they got that one wrong.
They wear platform shoes on their nasty little feet.
Yeah.
I found a mission for Gagman.
What do you need, sir? Oh, sorry.
You have to go kill Randy Newman with Gag.
You have to go throw up on Randy Newman's shoes.
They got little baby legs. They stand so low. They got to pick them up just to say hello.
Yeah.
They got little cars that go beep, beep, beep. They got little voices going peep, peep, peep.
This is all true, except for the nose one.
They got grubby little fingers and dirty little minds. They're going to get you every time.
Yeah, well, that's true. So it's coming to get you. You know, like,
What the
Why did
hell,
you write
Randy
this?
Newman?
You know, I don't know. I always thought it was tongue in cheek, and
It opens with short people have no reason to live.
right. But I always thought that was to say, like, I think if you take it deeper, I always thought that was like, you know, a shortcoming in every. It could be your mind. It could be in how kind you are. I mean, he's just pointing out the easiest one.
I think he's pretty simple. It's like, you got a friend? I hate short people.
I always thought it. I always thought there was more to it.
No, yeah, you're probably right.
Who is this?
My first thought was like maybe Randy Newman is himself a short person, and this is like a reaction to he's 6 foot tall.
Okay, so he does hate short
He's
people.
6 foot tall.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And by the way, short people to him is a very wide range of people.
I'm sure that I can't. The number of people that it does surprise me a little bit to know that you've never heard that song.
No, never heard
because
it.
that is a famous song. Like that is a Randy Newman. That if you went and you were like, "Hey, name some hits," I would have named that. I would have been like, "Well, there's short people. You got a friend in me." You know,
I might
like,
only know his Disney songs, if I'm being honest.
I mean, it is great lyrics. They got beep, beep, beep. They got little voices going peep, peep, peep.
Yeah.
Randy Newman, what the fuck?
That's a throwaway song, Newman. You just wrote this shit drunk.
I think a lot of he was known for that though, for making a lot
Simple
of
songs.
simple songs.
Yeah, it might have been a case of he was at the
think it was
studio.
Shaq.
They were like, Randy, you got to do one more song. And he's like, well, what's a short guy? All right, yeah, short people. That's the next song.
Hey, thanks for calling. Who's this?
Hey, it's Alex.
Hey, what's up, man? What do you want to talk about?
What's your hype?
Randy Newman. So, like a decade ago, me and my wife have been together for a while, and Randy Newman won a Grammy or a Lifetime Achievement Award. And her response was, "Good for him." Yeah, good for him. Okay. And I go, "What do you mean, good for him?" And she's like, "Well, he's retarded, right?" And I'm like, "No, he's not retarded or the R word. He's just he sings
Settle
weird."
down, Alex.
So your wife thought Randy Newman was special needs.
Because he sings like,
Yeah, special needs. Unfortunate for decades.
You got a friend in me.
She never looked it up, or is it just like his voice?
Why don't you leave the dude?
No, she doesn't think that way.
Sir, get ready to apologize to your wife. Google, according to Google, does Randy Newman have a disability? He has chronic fatigue syndrome. So go fuck yourself.
Chronic fatigue.
I'm a handicapped man.
No, that's right.
All right, dude.
He also has Epstein-Barr. So, yeah, go apologize.
You know what?
to your
I'm
wife.
just more. I think I'm more appalled that Tom said, "Okay, dude." Just freak me the fuck
screamed
out.
the R word twice. Come on.
We have to
Get it
kick you off the
together.
show now.
And Randy Newman says that song was meant to be a satire about prejudice.
Yeah. Okay. So I
He
was
says-
on to something.
Okay.
He says, quote, "The guy in that song is crazy. He was not to be believed," end quote.
Oh, okay. So he's
Yeah,
singing.
so
it
he's just saying it could be
Okay,
short
Randy.
people, it could be black people, it could be fat people, it could be any nationality. It's a song about being mean to people.
That song hit #1 in Canada.
I know.
Fuck
It
Canada?
was a huge. That
Is
was
he
a,
Canadian, though, right?
that was a
Is he?
huge
Okay.
song.
And then, Canada has some good artists coming out of Canada. So you know, it's like that's #1. Those
Drake's
stinky-
dick.
Oh man, that was still so impressive.
Is chronic fatigue syndrome real?
It only is if you have it. That's what I heard. Yeah.
All right.
Randy is not Canadian.
I have some family members that have a lot of diseases that can only be described as the ones where medical professionals disagree on them.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I'm trying to be nice because they do listen to the show. But yeah, there's the side of like what you have is, yes, it is absolutely real. We just don't know how to treat it. And there are the people that are like, no, you're just crazy.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
He considered it like a novelty song, I guess. And Record World said the single was one of the funniest of any year. Is it funny? And he also said people who misunderstood it sent him death threats afterwards.
Little people are mean. That's coming from Gagman. Well, I know. I know.
You're confirming the lyrics. It says it.
My God, did you write this email with your grubby little hands?
In 1978, a guy in Maryland tried to make it illegal to play the song on the radio.
Yeah,
Wow.
a lot of smaller people, a lot of short people like me do have little man syndrome, and they will get really, like...
Super mad. I heard about that.
Yeah, they get super
They
mad.
black out on bike packs.
Yeah, sometimes they do. No,
Imagine
about
the
being
angry,
short.
imagine the angry, high-pitched speech this guy gave. You know, like
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever known any. But I've known some people around town that were little like me that would like flip out if people like.
They're like, I'd beat you up if I wasn't guarding this gold. Sorry.
I used to survey with a really short guy who had like a real bad case of that. Like he picked fights all the time.
It's a thing.
His favorite thing to say was like his dick was only 2 inches from the motherfucking ground.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
so good.
I
But it's like, no, it's not. It's not that big.
yeah.
It's too
Honestly,
much.
Honestly, even if it was, that's average.
I mean, there
That's
were.
grotesquely horrible.
You would take
Oh,
comments like that and you would preload them. You know, I'd rather be short like me than short like you.
Sure.
You know, you'd have like a few of those little things queued up. But they typically don't work because those people know how the body works.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, man.
Oh, okay.
Sam, is there any semantics this
Yeah,
weekend?
before we talk about that, though, I did want to mention this. We had a BDM pass away a couple years ago, and his wife reached out to us. They are having a charity event coming up. It is the Junior Service League of DeLand, and it is the Wild Wild West charity event. It's an indoor barbecue and party. They throw it every year. It's February 24th at the Tommy Lawrence Arena in DeLand, and you can go to jslofdeland.org to find more information. They are taking donations and prizes for raffles. If you want to check out that, it's really cool.
I knew the Lawrence family, Tommy Lawrence. I knew that guy.
Did
Weird.
you?
Yeah, it's weird when you start seeing stuff like that pop up and you're like, holy smokes, that's weird. You know,
Yeah,
then you realize how old you are and you're like, oh my God, what's happening? You know, like, oh, it's happening. It really is. This is real. This is a real thing. Oh my God, I'm Gagman. I'm standing there covered in vomit.
Yes, Travis and I will be on Twitch tonight. We're going to be playing the video game Nobody Saves the World. We've never played it before.
What's that? I haven't heard of
I don't know. So we're going to find out for the first time tonight.
Nice.
Someone suggested we play it, so we're going to give it a go tonight.
That's a
you can
nice
find us
meet.
on twitch.tv/semantics media. Also, we're going to have you heard about this one for free on our Patreon, patreon.com/semantics.
There you go.
And I'm going to be talking about the religious group that just bought the Mayfair Inn in Sanford and how they could possibly be a cult.
Ooh. And if they hear that, you become
I know. I'm
public
a little
enemy
worried
number
about that.
one.
Pretty local.
I'm a little worried about that.
She's a voice changer. Well, it's too stupid.
You know, like I'm old enough, and Daniel definitely is old enough to.
That hurts.
I'm just saying.
I deserve it.
Wow.
I remember when people were like, "Don't talk shit about Scientology on the radio."
And it's kind of the
wave."
same vibe.
Like,
yeah.
I remember when it was a thing. Like you,
They'll
can't,
drag
like,
you to Sarasota and starve you in a hotel room, and I'm like, that
Oh,
sounds
yeah,
pretty
they
good.
like people were
that.
serious about like you can't talk shit about Scientology on the radio. Like they'll come and
They'll come
fucking-
after you.
They'll
Ruin your life.
They'll take pictures of you walking in your car.
Yeah. Still talk shit though. I was like, that's not a thing.
They're no match for Gagman.
Yeah, they really are. I mean, I'll fuck them up.
Ross, where are you going to be at?
I always wonder how much they push L. Ron Hubbard's sci-fi in that. Like, do they push the sci-fi books?
You know
'Cause he had a
what's,
couple
what's
decent
sad
books.
is that you and I line up so many. He did. We line up so many times. Like Isaac Asimov and stuff like that. Like I remember reading an L. Ron Hubbard book before I knew that he was crazy toothless deity, you know, or demigod or whatever you want to call it. Like I didn't know.
Every library in America had a bunch of L. Ron Hubbard sci-fi,
Correct.
including this thing he wrote called the Mission Earth Dodecology. That's 12 fucking books, and like 7 or 8 of them were decent.
Yeah, like he wasn't
He's good at writing sci-fi.
No,
There's some decent sci-fi.
but if you do think about it, and I'm not saying anything good about the guy, I do think that there is an element of talent you have to have in order to make this. It's still going.
make a bullshit?
It's
Yeah,
still
yeah.
happening.
Of course.
It's impressive.
He created another sci-fi tale that that he just happened this time to present as real.
And when you approach it like
But
that,
how
from
do
like
the-
he's a sci-fi writer and he wrote something that's so good that he made humans believe in it, and now that he's dead, they still believe in it. That's pretty. That's a great accomplishment.
Like, I want to talk to a Scientologist, and then
They'll never do that, dude.
I know they won't.
You got to find an ex-Scientologist.
But then they've already realized it's not as good. But I want
somebody who's going to try to convince me to be a Scientologist.
Go down to Clearwater.
Like, I just want them to be acknowledged. Like, all right, the same guy who wrote the Scientology books also wrote sci-fi. It's documented, right?
Yeah.
And then
they would just spin it to say how brilliant he is. Then he had enough time to do that.
Yeah, but don't you think there's some correlation between him making up a bunch of bullshit sci-fi and then the same sci-fi with the aliens and the volcano in your
that's
bullshit?
because that's real, and he just used what he learned from the real thing.
His perception of the real world.
There's a way to explain it away.
Yeah. I'm that guy. I'm Gagman. Gagman can explain anything.
He's like, I don't even care.
He's puking word vomit.
Yeah. I can puke out words to defend. They're called lies, but you know.
Yeah.
Here's the problem: they don't pay taxes. That's bullshit.
That is bullshit.
That's bullshit. Because we're all
you know how many taxes I'm paying?
Yeah, we all have to pay taxes, and they're the same shit. Yeah. Fuck you, Scientology.
Fuck you. We're talking shit about you, Scientology.
You're gonna pay your fair share too.
Come and get us.
Yeah. Anyway.
Hey, listen, make up a fucking religion. It's
wide open.
It is wide open.
They ruined it. They are the ones that ruined it for everybody.
We could have the loophole right now.
Yeah, because after Scientology, the government's like, we're not doing this
Shut
again.
it down. It ends today. They did.
But then take theirs away. Anyway, all right. Ross, where are you going to
That does feel good to let that out.
Look up the Orlando Talk Show with me, Ross McCoy, on your favorite podcast app. A lot of good ones out. The one Dan just talked about. Who'd you say I had on?
Carmen Valone.
That was a really good one.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out.
We tell a lot of fun stories on that one, and then there's a bunch of. There's one from Tom, Dan. There's one with Sam. Sam's one was really good. That's you and Chris Angel came in, right? And he told that story about the goat murder.
That's
a great fucking episode of Tots with Ross. And just a couple things to keep on your radar at the Bull and Bush on the 27th of March. Dan, we're bringing back What Do You Want From Us Live.
Yes.
We're doing that as a ticketed event. It'll probably be like a $10 ticket to get in that day. Keep that on your calendar.
What day is that?
That'll be a Saturday. It'll be the fourth Saturday of March because I'm doing those shows. 4 out of 5 Saturday months. And then April 11th. Guess who's coming back to town? David motherfucking Jolly. We're gonna be at the former Orlando Improv, now the Funny Bone. April 11th. Guess what Jolly charges for a ticket now?
What is it?
This bastard.
$25, dude. And he's gonna sell it the fuck out, dude.
Yeah, good
and I'm
for
super
him.
excited to see that show. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
That is so cool, man.
It is cool watching someone start like open.
I was at his first stand-up.
I was
right
the
down
guy.
The street.
You were.
I was the guy who
At the Smiling
almost didn't
Bison.
put him up that day. I was like, we're kind of short on time.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I did, and now he's fucking David Jolly.
It's great.
Right down the street,
He was
Smiling
texting me yesterday, and I did. Sam and I were talking. Sam's like, "Hey, tell him that Tony Hinchcliffe passed on our interview request. Because we had to fill out this whole thing." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll just slip it in there." I was like, "Hey, Tony passed on our our interview request. He's like, you want me to tell him?" Like that said as Jolly. And I'm like, no, but if it comes up in conversation, and then of course in Jolly, he's like, I'm gonna make sure it comes up. And I could hear it in the way he wrote it, and I'm proud of the dude, and we miss him, and so let's sell that thing out and do it like anybody that comes that's an Orlando guy and comes back. We should always like talk about it and then sell it out. That's the way we should do it.
And go watch Preacher on Fortnite too.
Oh, and also not this upcoming Sunday, but next Sunday, February 18th, is the Semantics 7-year anniversary at Rock Pit Brewing and Distilling. If you want to come and hang out with us, it's going to start at noon. We are going to have a Walk It Out contest if you guys want to sign up for that.
All right.
And you can win a What's in the Box prize.
What's a Walk It Out contest?
Do you remember the song Walk It Out?
Oh.
From 2007.
Yeah. Hold on. What is?
Pull that up.
Yeah, go ahead and pull that song out.
Walk it out.
It's trending on TikTok for some reason. I don't know why. But
who does it?
UNK.
Oh, there it is.
You guys don't remember Walk It Out?
I do, but I didn't know it was Onk. I mean, I know of it. Here we go. Here's a little Walk It Out.
I'd love to see Tom walk it out.
Now walk it out. Walk it out. Now walk it out.
We're going to have a Walk It Out contest in the Rock Pit parking lot. I never tell anybody at Rock Pit what I'm doing, so that's always fun.
So you freak them out.
Last year we had a Home Alone Scream contest, so it was good times.
What's the dance to this?
You walk.
You're kind of walking.
You're walking out.
But there's got to be some sort of special
Yeah,
walk,
but everybody does it their own way.
Yeah. What's yours?
Show
me your walking out.
No,
if you can pull up the music video, you can see some examples.
Well, there's no Superman that hoe.
It's Gagman that hoe. How dare you?
I like how when Tom said it, he's like, what? There's no Superman. You executed
So
it.
flamboyant.
Why did you do the movement?
Well, that's what I know. The Superman.
Wait a minute. You were like, let me show these guys. Hey, is it Is it that?
I like the Gagman that.
Am I
hoe.
Supermaning hose?
If you are not a BDM,
Is the show called Gagman?
if you're not a BDM, you should sign up because on Monday we'll tell a pretty funny story, behind-the-scenes story about Capitol Records.
Are we going to tell them finally about the event coming up, or we're still waiting on that?
You know what? We'll say it on Monday. We'll give them an idea. And
we'll
speaking
tell you how we got in trouble.
Of that BDM only event that's going on after BDM Appreciation Week, which we're all putting together. That's in April. And so if you are not a BDM, you should sign up to get invited to the big party and to participate in the BDM Appreciation Week. So you can get some prizes, some super discounted T-shirts like we did last year.
We're doing that. We got a bunch of like special one-off gifts from the studio, like we always do, where stuff that we've collected over the years.
Some special stuff just for 1095ers.
Props, 1095er stuff. Yeah, there's a bunch of little surprises that we got planned for you guys. It's going to be super duper fun. But that party really is something we've never planned before. We've never had access to a venue like the one we have access to. So I'll just leave it at that.
Yep. And that'll be on Monday's BDM show.
Yep.
So, guys, we'll see you on Monday.
See ya.
Bye.
Hold it, fellas. Oh, wait a minute. I can't publish that. It's mediocre.